I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement. Yeah, there's no replacement for persistence. It's a patience. Yeah, in this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement. Yeah, there's no replacement for persistence. It's a patience. Yeah, in this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Good morning, all you crazy and wild people. Welcome back to the cafe. We're open for business. Once again, thank you guys for joining me today, guys. We're going back to part 3 in Idaho of the Idaho State Police Supplemental Reports. We've been reading. No words. But yes, this is part 3. Of course, I will put the link down for those of you that'll want to join and discuss. I think Mom Bear's joining me today for a little bit, or she's trying to. Either way, I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Please hit the like button and share this out. Let everybody know what we be doing in here today. I appreciate you all so very much. And, well, I guess we're going to have to move on to the next part. And you know what that is. What it is, what it do. I'm doing good. How about you? Welcome back to the cafe. Good to see you all this morning. I am grateful to have you here. Hope everybody had a great night last night. I'm sorry I didn't get back with you all last night. We still have people visiting from out of town. Family is family, especially on Sundays, folks. It's rough. So here I am this morning, as I promised, and we're going to get this moving again. So much more to read. So we'll see how many we can get through in the 4.5 hour period of time I try to do this in, and then I will be back this afternoon. with you guys because I want to get through this stuff as fast as I possibly can. So, like I said, my wife's family's been here for about a week and a half now, and everybody in our family, because he lives in Alabama, wants to come see him. So we always do Sundays anyway as our family day. But yesterday I had people all over my house. So there we go. So that's why you guys didn't see me last night. My apologies. But I will. It's already known that I'm doing this tonight. I told them all, don't add me to anything. So I will be here. I'll do this one, then I'll take a break, and I'll come back and we'll do it again. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable, grab your cup of joe or whatever it may be, guys, and let's do this thing and find out what other doo-doo was happening in this case, guys. Sorry about yesterday, by the way, for those of you that could have gotten offended by my language, which I doubt, but I like to do that just to be sure. I've had enough, and yes, I did the clap thing. It keeps my camera goes out of focus. It brings it back for some reason. I don't know why, but it works. So, I've just had enough with this case and these disgusting ass reporters and other creators that are putting out nothing but bullshit when it's been proven wrong. So that's why I had my little rant yesterday. For anybody that got upset or offended, my apologies as always. Speaking of peeps, who do we have here today? Beach Babes in the house. Willard, what is happening, buddy? Good to see you. The megastar Meg P's in the house. Beach Babe, welcome back to you. Rowena, always a pleasure. Miss Christina, great to see you. And Witchy is in the house as well. Good to see you guys. Looks like we got Rach, welcome back to you. Good to see you today. JS 218. Thank you so much for being here today. The Done One, welcome back to you. Good to see you. Christina, Cat Lover, welcome back to you. Happy Monday to you guys as well. Thank you for being here. Jackie Bushbowl, Mary Holt, welcome back to you. Freckle Cat Leggy. We got a couple cat ladies in the house. And Miss Kiki's in the house joining us today. Again, great to see you. Great to have you here. And again, anybody that would like to pop up here and join us today and express your views on this, as we read through these documents, you know my door is always open for y'all. I love hearing the vocals, folks, and I love hearing the typing. Just don't do it to me. I think everybody deserves a platform to speak on, so that's why I do that. Michelle Tully, welcome. Simply Solo, how yin's all doing? Nick Kadika, good to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Stuart Jones, welcome back, my friend. Great to see you. Again, guys, as you're coming through that door, please, if you can, reach out, kick, flick, punch, lick, smack, whatever you got to do to that like button so we can get this up into this algorithm and get everybody seeing this crap in this whole world. Please. Done One. If I didn't say it, hello and welcome. Good to see you today. Let me see. Yeah, I'm beyond disgusted with mainstream media. Beyond. Disgusted with all of them. They should be ashamed of themselves. Brian Etten, Smashley Banfield, Nancy Disgrace. Tracy, welcome. Good to see you. That sounds great, Swamp. Thank you for being here. Jesse Shule, welcome. Malaka, what's happening, brother? Malaka Shmani, always good to see you, bud. Jesse Shule jumping in from Thailand today. I hope your weather's good over there, Jesse. I heard there were some storms, but Smashley Banfield, that is her name. Mittens for Kittens, good to see you. Just Amber, good morning to you. Good morning, Robert. Good to see you, brother. Once again, guys, please make sure, because we do at times have people that have different thoughts and feelings about things in here. Please make sure that we respect their thoughts, their feelings. I don't want anybody freaking out, yelling at anybody, screaming, yelling because somebody has a different opinion than what we may have, or vice versa. We have to respect everybody's thoughts, no matter whether we agree with them or not. That's my request. That is my standard here, folks. That's all there is to it. If we can't do that, then we can't be here. That's it. And my moderators deserve nothing but respect. So if they say something to you, that's what it is. Facts are facts. Thank you, SRBBB, for joining us. Sorry, guys. God, my allergies have been going nuts lately. What's up, Willard?
What's up, brother?
How you doing today, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm up, all right, and breathing. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump up because this might be my last panel I can hop on for a little bit because my daughter comes home today, so I'm gonna focus all my time and spend time with her instead of being on here, dude. To be honest.
Absolutely. It's what
a month and a half, bro. I've been oh, I can't wait.
I'm sure. I know you missed her,
dude. Like I can't even fathom like if I had like 50-50 custody or something of my daughter, dude, like not seeing her like every other week or seeing my daughter every other weekend or something like that, dude. I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, it was the same way.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
When I got custody of my boys, I mean, when me and the creature divorced, the first one, I expected, because it doesn't work. It doesn't usually happen where the guy gets custody, but I did. And
it's awesome.
When they would go, because she got to see them every other weekend. When they would go, I was just like distraught every weekend, every time.
And like, and I'm kind of upset at my mother though, because she kind of lied to me and made it seem like my daughter was only going out for like a month, but it turned into a month and a half without really my permission, and I'm not happy about it, to be honest. But my daughter had fun, so I guess it's all that matters.
Right. Yeah.
But I was hoping you were still awake last night because like I figured you ended your live, and then I was like, let me. I started searching through the documents, reading the documents, like on a speed run, and then I ran into these new crime scene photos, and a couple of them caught my attention, and like I said, I was hoping you were still up to be able to come up with me and Annie, because we were kind of like zooming in and seeing what we can find in them and shit like that. I mean, I know you're going to get to it on your reading eventually. I mean, it's a little ways down the road, but
are they in the reports, the crime scene photos?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's also some receipts or something like that they took pictures of from back in 2022, and it doesn't seem like they're Brian's. And then there's also 3 pictures of an inmate they took. They took pictures of an inmate that's in jail that isn't Brian Koberger. That's in the reports as well. So a lot of weird stuff going on, man.
It has been from day one, bro.
Yeah, yes. and it seems like from one of the photos, dude, I swear to God, it seems like there's a drop of blood on the steps, which we know was not reported because we were told the handrail. So,
well, there is blood. I seen it. Mama Bear. I know she's not here in Tomboy. We were talking about that. We were reviewing some of the other photos. There she is.
Yeah. What do you want, kitty cat? What do you want? My life? Please. Yes. I'm on the phone.
Mama Bear, what morning? First off, thank you for joining.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Can you hear us?
The number one co-host?
Of course she is.
Damn right.
In the nation.
Damn right.
Can you speak, Bear? Maybe not. She gave the name of the spray. I think it wasn't when you spray looking for blood. In some of the photos we were looking at, we found it, and we found it stairs. There was something that happened in the stairwell on that wall there.
I guess I'm just confused because remember we were only told that it was on the handrail.
Yeah, well, it's all over the wall too.
And like when you see like when you come across the picture of the stairs themselves, dude, the steps leading up to the second floor were so disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ugh.
Yeah, it's not luminol, it's something else, Matt. Welcome, by the way. And
now here's the thing, right? I spoke to Andy this morning because there was a couple people on my comments that were saying that, I mean, there are some, I mean, they're still up there, but they're saying that it's amino black and luminol and all this stuff. But Andy had informed me that you need to have like PPE on and stuff when you're handling that kind of spraying stuff. And if you see in one of the photos, of one of the crime scene pictures in these documents, the guy and another guy who caught himself in a mirror, he didn't have any PPE on. So I don't believe that's PPE, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think. The guys that were doing the forensic stuff, okay, I noticed there was a photo we looked at yesterday that they were doing fingerprinting.
But these have evidence markers, Dago.
Yeah, I know.
These ones that you're going to see in here. So
some of them, there was a guy doing fingerprinting in the doorway to the slider, I think, and he had booties on, but he didn't have anything else on except gloves, of course. And he was doing that blue shit, looks like fingerprinting powder. And they also sprayed. Let's try it again. There she is. Can you hear me now, Bear?
But here's the thing, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
What was that?
I tried my tablet first, and it said no. I'm not doing it.
Sorry, what was that?
But it could have been it could have been like a thrown drink, or something like that against the wall. I don't know. It
wouldn't turn blue like that.
The colors are different,
Right. What did you call that stuff yesterday, Mama Bear? We were talking about it. The spray over the blood. There was 2 names you put out.
I'm gonna do some research real quick. Hold on.
Welcome, Wellington, and congrats. Welcome to the sauce. Thank you for joining us. Are you still in here, Mom Bear?
I think so.
Yeah. What is that stuff? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What is that stuff you told us, and we were looking at the pics the other night, that spray? It was not luminol. It was something else.
There's a lot of them. There's Blue Star is one.
That's it. Blue Star.
And then there's amino or amend something black.
Amino black, and then
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I knew there was a couple different names, but that's what that looks like, and it only turns that color when it's sprayed. It's clear. When it hits blood, it turns that blue color, right?
Right. Because with luminol, you have to have it like pitch black.
Yeah.
And have to use the UV light and all that.
Right.
This stuff makes it a lot easier so that they just spray it and it starts to show. They have to have it semi-dark, but not.
Yeah, but not to the human eye. They have to have use the.
There's another version of it, Willie, that you don't need the black light with.
So you're telling me they just sprayed a whole bunch of shit on the wall and let it run down the wall like that? I don't know, man. I have a hard time believing that.
Blood spatter. That's what I'm gonna look into that stuff a little bit more to find out how.
Because if you look into it, dude, if you zoom into the colors of like the 2 colors of this blue stuff or whatever on the wall, there's a contrast between about 3 or 4 of the lines of it and 2 of the other lines. 2 of the other lines are way darker, almost black. So I mean, it could be spray that maybe came in contact with blood and then.
Well, that's what I was saying yesterday. Is it looks like.
But this is a living room, brother.
I know. That's what I was saying. That it looks like the darker portions of that on the stairwell was where blood was. You could tell it was wiped off at the bottom on the ledge down there at the baseboard. You could see there was like a streak mark where they tried to wipe it off and it showed up. So and it was all the way up the stairwell on that where that book bag was going into the living room, and then there was a lot more than on it. And that makes sense because remember when we did the report from Jack Showalter's apartment, they said it matched splatter.
By the way, dude, since you're, I know you're reading reports. I've, read the reports and stuff, but I'm having a very, very hard time figuring out who's who, dude, because like with no initials and stuff.
I've come upon most of it. It takes me a minute, but a lot
of them. Have you figured it out? Because, dude, I literally spent all day yesterday before I went live trying to find Bethany's, and I have not found it.
I haven't got to hers yet either.
I don't even think it exists in here, to be honest.
It might not. It may not because she didn't do anything. She had to have done something initially.
She was a witness.
Yeah, right afterwards. But then they went and talked to her in Nevada. But here's the point. There has to be something from the first day or so
something, right?
Yeah, I would imagine, and I just haven't come upon it yet.
Yeah. Well, is the reason we haven't? Well, again, dude, I'm telling you, I looked, and like I even had Annie on the phone using keywords because she's from a certain like her license plate says a certain state, or not license plate, or license or something that
right.
I forget which state it is. But do you think maybe it's because? Do you think maybe they just left that out because everything that she said is going to be the exculpatory evidence?
I mean, I won't put anything past anything on this, dude. You know that, but I would imagine they would have to have some kind of a report from her, at least one.
Yeah.
Interview.
There's a witness, dude, that heard a flash and a bang. They better.
There would have to be.
Right.
Yeah. That's my point. There would definitely have to be. All right, hold on. Let me get this loaded up here real quick.
And then me and Annie are currently in an argument because she thinks it was an AR-15 that Dylan saw. I think it's a crossbow. But
I think Annie, sorry, I love you, but I think
that's okay.
I would go more with an AR or an AK, because of the
only reason I'm saying that is because I drew a cylinder and I drew a triangle at the end on a piece of paper, and it looked exactly like a crossbow.
No, I get it. I thought about the crossbow too because she did mention something about a bow.
Yeah. Like Annie, I'm telling you, dude, Annie calls me every morning or like mid-morning, and we argue like we're a married couple. But then at the end of the day, we say, I love you, and
that's what it's all about. That's it.
We're friends again,
Yeah,
we get loud with each other.
That's how it works, dude. I mean, like I said, we're all friends here. We may raise
That's
our
what
voice.
I'm saying, dude. I feel so blessed, and I don't want to take up any time, but I just feel so blessed that, like, for the first time, seriously, the first time in my life where I've had like a female friend that I feel like I can trust and talk to every day. Where not at any point have I even thought. I'm assuming she thought like sexual in any manner or nothing, and it could just be friends. But it's so rare to find, dude.
Seriously.
I got one right here next to me.
That's there you go. And you know how hard it is. They always want something, or you always maybe wind up, yada yada. But this has been fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, Mama Bear is like everything you just said and 10 times more. I couldn't do this without her. We talk all the time. I can call her for anything, vice versa. I mean,
that's awesome. That's awesome. And like I said, I'm not no slight to Annie, but obviously she's a little older than I am. So, it just shows that anybody can be friends, no matter what.
It doesn't have to be.
Age.
It doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, 100%. That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there.
No, you're good. You're good. I understand it. So we went through it. We didn't get through as many yesterday, guys, because I had to have my rant yesterday morning. And I, once again, anybody that could have been offended, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because it needed said. I'm sick and tired of the mainstream media channels, the reporters, these disgusting ass reporters that are here just because they need a paycheck. Well, guess what? Get a different job. If you got to throw your morals out the window, like I said yesterday, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Because you're lying. They're telling lies. They're purposely looking past things. That's what upset me about Brian Hinton. I used to like him. Okay.
Yeah. What happened?
I've noticed that he's just kind of fallen into suit with everybody else, and
because now he's saying, because now somebody came in your chat, and I don't really like this person, but I mean, I know they're already still here, but they're like, oh, Brian Hinton went on and exposed that Brian was a piece of shit through his phone data and yada yada yada. Is this something that's in these documents?
It probably is.
But
here it is. We've heard that already through Dateline, so on and so forth. That doesn't mean that he's a murderer because he's got strange things in his phone that he's looked up or whatever.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Like
everybody keeps forgetting. Like I said, guys, if anybody ever
I'm just so confused because, like I said, they go, he's already pled guilty. Why are we still doing this? Why are they still? I know we're still doing this, but why are they still even talking about Idaho 4?
Because I think that they know that there's something possibly still.
All right, fine. Then they should shut up and leave it to us to talk about it because they do a terrible job and the only report. Well, you know what I mean? They should just leave it to us.
Yesterday I was sitting there. I kept telling everybody. I kept telling them to shut up, sit down, shut up. I'm tired of hearing it because it's ridiculous what they're saying, and they're rebroadcasting lies. Okay?
Yeah. And we have more knowledge in this case than fucking they do because they only read off, they read off what are those cards called?
Teleprompters or script cards.
Yeah, teleprompters and shit. Where we could get up there, dude. We could wake up in the morning, walk into their studio. They would have to do research all night. We could just walk in and decapitate them in a debate, and it wouldn't even be close, dude.
They just read what they're told, and it doesn't matter.
Exactly, that's the problem right there.
That's bullshit. Yep. That's what gives it.
Yes, sir.
I don't care how much money you offer to give me. Okay, if somebody said, "I'll give you $10,000 to read this," if it does not fit, if it's going to take somebody's life away from them, if it's not going to show truth or justice in something like this, I'm going to tell them to shove it up their ass. I'm just not doing it. Sorry.
Amen, dude. It's killing somebody.
I can't do that. But there's so many people out there that will, and to read something that is not a fact, that has already been proven to be bullshit, and keep going with it and not say a word. Shame on you.
Yeah. And another little weird fact, I don't know if you've gotten to it yet, bud, because I haven't been able to see all your readings. Did you see that at 3:33 a.m. Steve changed his occupation on his social media?
Huh?
Oh, okay, you guys. Okay, we'll wait till you get there.
Steve Gonsalves?
Yeah, he changed his occupation on his Facebook or one of his social medias at 3:33 that morning. He changed what his occupation was.
That's weird.
That's very weird.
Yeah, very strange.
I figured I'd just bring it up because I find that a little.
It's odd, so I can't wait to get to that one. That could be interesting. Welcome inside your bones, Paco. Good to see you. Truth Seeker, welcome. Beach Babe, again, good to see you. Let's see.
And then he wound up in ER that morning. Funny, huh?
Yeah, right. Colgan covered. You know what? I've had some questions about those things too. Eddie's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. In Stitches, Josie Joe. What's happening, girl? Good to see you today. Rowena.
Yes.
Samira Dolby. Colgan covered. Good to see you. Jesse's here, of course.
Simply the best.
In Stitches.
I know he did the thing on LinkedIn, but I think this is a different social media he had, Matt, that he changed it at 3:33.
Even if you got a new job or whatever, why would you change?
Because here's my opinion. Here's my opinion, because me and what's her name have been talking about this for a while, dude. I think Kaylee might have had some stuff on her phone or some communication or something that Steve wanted kind of gone and not brought up to basically try to implicate her in any way in this. Is maybe
very possible. Welcome, Bomb Toy. Good to see
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because of his background, he's in the what do you do for a living? He does the computer shit.
Right, and see, that's something that I thought about yesterday. I brought up the other day that it stated that Kaylee had a job, working from home online, and that she used to look up the sex offenders in the area, and that would help her with her job. So I was thinking, I thought I heard that Steve worked for a security company. I don't know if that's true or not. So don't quote me on that. But I thought
I know he did the whole crypto stuff, so he must have been good with computers.
Yeah, he did. He was an IT guy, but from my understanding, he was like a telemarketer per se, and I think that's what Kaylee was doing.
Yeah,
and I think that
but here's the problem I have though, right? Kaylee had $100,000 in her account.
Yeah,
and like 10 different accounts, or some where you look at it, you're like.
She was doing, I think she had a regular job, and I think she was supplementing it with some other stuff Jesse and I were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, but $100,000, dude, like, I mean, that's not easy for just an average, average person with a decent job, let alone a college student.
Depends on what you're doing there, Willie.
Well, that's what I mean. If she's doing, OF or something like that, then I get it. But
that's part of what I think was going on as well. Good morning or evening to you, Jesse. Thank you for joining us today.
Just popping in for a second. I got to do my day job. Hey, Willie.
Yes, sir.
But I just wanted to pop in and say, in one of the docs I heard being read on one of the channels, I can't remember which channel, the lawyer, Shannon Gray, repossessed an Apple Watch that belonged to Kaylee.
Yes.
Like this is going to what Willie was saying about trying to cover something up with Kaylee.
Yeah.
And this was without permission of the police. Like he walked in the house, pocketed this thing, and went home with it, and was forced to give it back. So that goes to what Willie was saying.
That's weird, because if you guys remember, and I don't think this is what it is, but it's obvious, it's awful strange. When I first heard, when I was playing you guys the 911 call, we did different versions of it. In one version of it, I know you guys heard this. I pointed out to you in the background, you can hear somebody saying something about at least get the watch. You guys remember that?
See, that's the thing. I was watching separately on Birdie Bombshells. They do all this enhanced audio, and I don't get too much into that because I'm 50 years old. My eyes are shot. My ears are shot.
Right.
Some of the other appendages are still working quite fine, by the way, but my eyes and ears not so good.
Yeah, he's just throwing that out there, ladies.
But anyways, but they weren't piecing it together. So I watched on one channel that Shannon Gray took the watch, and like hours later, I'm watching Birdie Bombshells breaking down the 911 call, and they're going, "Get the watch, get the watch," and I'm like, "Bingo, bingo, bango!" Right? Like,
and it's saying, because the 911 call. Why would Shannon Gray be at the house during the 911 call? Why would anybody be there before that? It was in there, Willie. I played it.
Well, now we know for a fact that people were told about these crimes before 911 was called.
There was that in there, and there was in the same
Which
call.
Which is mind-boggling, dude.
In the same call that I played, you can hear somebody scream. It was a male voice. Shut the fuck up, okay? And I know that you guys that were here for that heard at least those two things. I played it back 700 times, okay? Now, if
don't forget the police chatter. That's important, dude, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
There too in the background, which is the 911
very important.
It's so screwed up and weird, and I can't imagine that there would be anybody at that house other than welcome, Bree. I'm not ignoring you.
Well, it's not just that, dude. It's the fact that we didn't hear that officer introduce himself, or any of the kids say, "Hi, officer, up here, or over here." He just appeared,
right?
And all with the defibrillator.
Yeah, that was odd. Yes. During that 911 call, we could hear 6 different times. You hear radio chatter in the background, and I've explained that whole 911 thing to you guys. That shouldn't be, unless there's somebody standing there either with a portable radio in their hand. And I carried one of those for years. I know exactly what that sounds like.
But it can't. But think about this, right? At that point in time, the dispatcher only thought it was an unconscious person. That's the only thing that dispatcher is supposed to really be thinking at that point.
That's what we're told. That's what we're hearing.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying that there shouldn't be, need for like another person looking over her with police chatter and their radio. Like it's, they know there's a homicide or something going on. This should have been just a regular,
Right. And Bree, I read your comment. I don't know what to tell you about that whistleblower thing that was sent through to Pullman. It basically was claiming about multiple things that happened that were going to happen ahead of time. And this was one of them. And I don't know what faith I can put in that. Okay. It was something that Pullman put out with their reports. I don't think it was supposed to be put out. But that's all I know about it. I've looked into it a little bit. I can't really get any kind of verification on it though, Bree. That's the problem. If there's more that comes from it, of course I'm going to read into it and look into it. But that's all I know, is that there was a person that was calling out that there was this group out there, kind of a militant group or whatever you want to call it, that were doing these things, and it regards mind control and stuff like that. It's a little wild, but I don't really understand nor know any more about it than that. So
I'm not sure that we can say anything's a little wild in this case anymore, because the bar has been set pretty low, or pretty high, I guess.
Right.
The bar for something being too wild is pretty high.
Agreed. Thank you, Meg. Did you send it email or in Discord, Meg? Yeah, this is one of the, I guess, like basically what Jesse just said. If we read something, to be surprised about it is not a normal thing anymore. It's just like, oh, okay, there's another one. This entire case has been nothing but that kind of shit. Everything about this is insane.
I think the thing that's the most insane is that you have half the population at least absorbing this information and saying that there's nothing to see here, go back to what you were doing, everything.
Yeah.
He's just an independent psychopath.
Right,
the fact that so many people are missing it is the craziest part about all the crazy.
Yes, and we're looking into the homeland security aspect of this. I have part of the team here knows some people that work for Homeland, and they're trying to get some info out of that to see if there's anything to that. It's kind of interesting to me that Homeland Security is involved in this at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to give, a lot of us agree that would have to be maybe the drug aspect of this, which they're trying to stay away from that. But I truly now, going back to, like Jesse has said many a times, what Dave brought up, and many other situations that we've seen with this, that there definitely has to be a drug aspect. There were 2 parallel investigations going on before these murders happened. And
Willie and Miss Potts were breaking down some new photos last night, and wasn't Miss Potts saying that they put the evidence marker in front of the drugs to intentionally to hide it?
It's possible. That could be that one, on the desk.
And you've seen one of the photos that you had to look into the mirror to see what was behind, like the champagne glass and the baggie and stuff like that.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was a picture with the marker and a picture without the marker.
There is on the bag, where the bag is. There's one with the marker and one without the marker.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's, like I said, there's pictures of receipts, but I can't make out whose receipt it is and why it's relatable to this, because it's, months and months and months and months before this crime happened in 2022. So, yeah.
It could be related. They're trying to relate it somehow to possibly the situation itself for something that happened previous.
Yeah. All I know is, dude, who's ever, I think that was Bethany's room, Annie had mentioned, but I'm not too sure. Dude, the amount of alcohol that these that these kids were drinking, it was like everything: champagne, wine, boxed wine, seltzers, beer, liquor, and then the whole Borg thing, the whole water and vodka thing. It still doesn't sit well with me, because that sounds like an alcoholic.
These are college kids. They're fucking hammering what they were hammering.
I know, but just to drink, drinking water and vodka, just to try to get blacked out. I don't know.
Sounds like what I'd be up to at that age. That's for sure.
Not me, man.
We did too.
I'd at least, when I drank, I at least drank the jungle juice and stuff that tastes good. Water and vodka in a gallon bottle.
That's how I was going to say. We used to go up to Ohio State University campus and party, and we would do the jungle juice thing, garbage.
Which is fine. At least it tasted decent.
That's their version of what we did, Willie. That's all I can say.
Oh, God.
Good morning, Lily. Good to see you. Meg, where did you send stuff to me, dear? I can't find it right now.
They're preparing themselves for alcoholism.
Yeah, well, the water, maybe they added the water to help dilute it a little bit. And
I'm just saying it's funny because a lot of them are saying how they only drink on occasion and don't drink that much. And we see.
All right, Jess. Yeah, I get it. That's why they
leave.
Yeah, he has to do his job.
That's right.
Welcome, Jules. Thank you for that super chat. And never searched to clear. Narcotics K9 never searched.
Hey, Jules.
Interesting.
And Willie, did you guys figure out last night that the wrapper on marker number 4 was Fireballs?
Thank you.
10-pack of Fireballs.
Say that again.
The wrapper under marker number 4 is a 10-pack of Fireballs. It's the wrapper.
The Fireball shots in the bottle.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because I was watching for a little bit and then I crashed.
Yeah, I think I was only live for an hour.
Thank you, Meg. I'll find it. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I've been distracted this weekend with my family here and stuff. So
it's all good. I figured you were doing something. I just never try to go live when you're live. It's just.
I appreciate. Yeah, I do the same thing. I try to do the same. Yeah. Hard sometimes.
I try to be respectful and shit. Yeah.
Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that, and I apologize. I get lost within this stuff sometimes. There's so much stuff going around. What's up, Scully? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here.
But I did call you out last night, like, because I mentioned, the people that had come up and, helped me throughout this last week where I've had time to kind of make some more content and stuff. So thank you, dude. I appreciate you coming up and helping me out when you did.
Oh, anytime. SRB says, to answer the question, Homeland Security can step in at any time. They will not be the lead, but since it was near a college and they look for smuggling of weapons, sex trafficking, anything cyber related. Thank you, SRB. And that's a good point.
Oh, that's right. That was in chat.
That's what was put. I couldn't find it, but yeah, that's what they looked into. And there it is. There it is right there. So, and that could be, we heard rumors of some of that stuff. So that's a good point. And thank you, SRB and Tandy, for posting that. Mary Holt, welcome. Michael, good to see you. Gaya Daguchi, welcome to you. Good to see you. Let's see. Done one. I don't think that alcohol was Bethany's. I think her friends left it in her closet because they can't. There you go. That's a good answer to that too. Because they can't. A lot of them are underage too, so they can't just carry it around. Excuse me. Let's see. Tomboys are bomb toys in the house. Good to see you.
I don't know, man. I guess all I'm saying is it just seems like more of a realistic thing that, they had a party on Friday. Some kids were there that saw stuff that they wanted in the house. They went back the next night, and unfortunately, it went south. I mean,
yeah.
It just sounds more believable than.
Well, one thing I got to keep remembering and telling myself, because I'm not going to let it go until it's proven completely wrong, is when Kim came around, she did make mention, Kim, WSU mom, Kim, she did make mention that this was something that people knew about, that this was supposed to be like a shakedown, a confrontational situation that got way out of hand. Maybe
she said a bunch of people were contacted before on, and now it's coming out that's true.
Well, and then you read the sorority thing.
Where'd she go? Where is she?
She got ran off by a lot of people that really gave her a really hard time, and I put an apology out to her from my community.
That's fucked up.
For a lot of people really gave her hell and called her a liar and did this and did that.
And this is why, and then people wonder why, like, other people don't want to come up and, like, who have pertinent information. Like, come on.
That's what I said back then, but it is what it is. And hopefully she's doing all right. I never want to see anybody, doing bad, but we don't know. Yeah. We don't know.
Because I showed you, remember, I showed you what Casey said. Casey is terrified because of MSM.
Absolutely. And that's the problem. Like I explained that to them yesterday. I don't know if you were still here or not, that, I was trying to do this interview with Casey. And she was, like you had stated, initially interested, and then realized she got a new job. MSM destroyed her and shredded everything she said that could have even possibly been positive about Brian. It was all negative. Yeah,
and that's why I sent you the screenshot so you could see that it was her name as well. Because it's, I mean,
I got it, and I appreciate you trying with that. I do.
Listen,
I would never want to, she's been through a lot as it is as a person. I would never want to put her in a situation. So I respect her in that aspect, truly.
Yeah, I tried, brother.
It's all good. It's all good, bud. It's all good. You got to try, and if you can't do it, you can't do it. That's all there is.
I'll just move on and try something. And try again. Who is Dave?
Dave was interviewed by Lana in Drunk Turkey in the beginning. He's a frat guy that came out and spoke on this twice. He did an interview with Lana and with Daniel, and then was gone. And there were rumors. Kim came to me at some point, said that he got jumped and beat up really bad. There's never been any proof, but it's what she heard word of mouth from her kids via the campus, talking and stuff. After that some people jumped him for talking, and then he never said another word. So I don't know if it's true or if it's not. Right. I tried, Carrie. I did. I tried. I tried to give her the platform. I was trying to be respectful.
Yeah, I was always nice to her, but I never really understood why everybody was so mean to her. I was like, what the hell?
Nobody believed in what she was saying because there were certain things she refused to show. And that was what people's biggest issue. What happened? Hold on a minute.
That's her, but that's her decision. I mean, unless it was something, that she was saying, but and everybody just wanted her to back it up. I get that, but
you hit a button again, didn't you, Mama Bear? She did. It's okay.
Yeah, probably because I'm on my phone, so it's real easy to do this time.
All right, I was like, "What the hell just happened? And where did we go?" But anyway, it's okay. But yeah, I tried to show her respect. I gave her a platform. We had many phone calls off of here. We talked about a lot of different things. She was afraid of different things. She got threats. Her issue was she first started out. She went to T-Rev with Detective John, thinking because he was a police officer, but he shredded.
So she made my mistake. Yeah, she made my mistake.
Yeah, he shredded her. Then she ended up going she went to Daniel, and then she came to me, and then she went to Lana, and then she came back to me a couple different times, and people just destroyed her. I mean,
Daniel. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go to fucking T-Rev and Daniel, that's
Daniel vetted her, he said, and he vetted Dave, and then Lana vetted her and vetted Dave.
Yeah, but remember when Daniel? I think I remember this when Daniel vetted her and said, like, everybody be nice to her. And I don't think she's lying. That was when Daniel was more open-minded and not.
Oh yeah,
hop on the guilt her train just to make money.
Yes, absolutely. And then there were some things that Kim had mentioned that she had heard other places that came out to be not true, and that's why people started not trusting her. She was kind of, repeating different rumors and stuff and putting that together with what she had already known. Now, initially, what she said that was most interesting to, I think, most of us was what has been proven true now is that there were people on campus that knew about this at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we were told before that never happened.
That's sick.
It's been proven now. It's been proven that, and we know that Dylan was on social media throughout the night, so on and so forth. And if you put 2 and 2 together, it equals what Kim said. So, and there was other things that Kim ended up being right about. Okay, and Kim refused to show her daughter Snapchats because she didn't want to get any other people involved in this, and that's why she wouldn't do it. She did send me certain things, but it was nothing more than what we knew. She did send me conversations between Steve Gonsalves and Brad Norton. She sent me these different things like that to prove certain things. So that's going on in the background, but that's all I could get. And I'm not going to put things out there that I didn't know if it was fact or not. So that was another problem. Thank you, Meg. So I don't know, I don't know what to take from some of that. Okay. Thank you, Meg. I see it. So this is the whistleblower thing. We'll get into that here shortly, Bree, to explain that to you. And thank you very much, Meg.
Which one? CIA whistleblower?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it is interesting. Don't get me wrong, but it's wild. It's wild as hell. But I'm not saying it's not true. Not saying it all. I don't know, but we'll find out. But that's
Willie, you're a fan close to it. No, I'm outside, so I don't have any fan on me. Or is my audio okay, dude?
You sound good to me.
Okay.
Mama Bear?
I'm muted, so you shouldn't be able to hear me at all.
I mean,
no,
does he sound okay to you?
Jesus.
Yeah, he sounds fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so make sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, 42. That's where the issue came up with her at the end because she got so overly involved in it. And that's what why people started getting upset. Thank you, Meg. God, you're amazing. I appreciate it so much. All right. Thank you, SRB. Thank you guys all for being here. We got 147 peeps in the house. The cat lady's in the house with us as well. Good morning, dear. Good to see you. If you would, make sure to hit that like button, folks, as you come in and see if we can get this in an algorithm, please. And thank you. I'm going to start off where we left off, which was at supplement number 15. And on we go. You're doing pretty good with that phone, Mama Bear. Does everything sound okay to you?
What do you think?
Yeah, everything sounds great.
Do you think the phone's easier or harder, Mama Bear? It's not that bad, right?
It's not bad.
I've been
wondering if I was going to be typing, there's no way. I have to have my PC.
Oh, really? Hey, listen, I've been running this from a phone, and I've been figuring shit out. So you can do it, but I'm sure the computer's a hell of a lot easier. Anyway, so where are you at, bro? What supplemental you got to so far?
Number 15. Number 15. I'd be further along if I wouldn't have done my rant yesterday morning, but I had to get
now. Are you stopping and trying to figure out like who these people are? Or are you just reading? Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking through, trying to figure out who they are. We stopped. We
Have you found Jack's yet?
Show Jack? Oh yeah, we went through Jack's one. Unless there's another one. We did one. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. You probably didn't write it down, but maybe in chat if somebody knows what supplement. I've been going crazy trying to find his too, man.
I'll go back and find it and send it to you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Noni, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Karma Police, Josie Joe, Miss Bree. I'm just making sure I got everybody that's here. Mary Holt, good to see you as well. Answer 42, thank you for being here. Okay, I think we're good. Gen 7, good to see you. If I missed you, I will catch up with you, I promise. And on we go. Okay, so this one is, like I said, number 15. Sergeant Hoxie, Detective Piscina, interviewed a University of Idaho grad, blank, 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 blank. Their birth date was in the year 2000. Some of these are going to be hard. I've tried to figure out based on what we're reading who this person is. A lot of these people we didn't know anyway, so some of those are hard. But based on the details, sometimes we can figure that out, and that's what I've been doing. By the way, Eddie, you know that you're welcome to join us up here if you want, buddy. As always, I appreciate you. The link is pinned, sir. Madison Mogen was her best friend. Wait, did I go under on November 18th? 22, Idaho State Detective Sergeant Hoxie and I, Detective Piscina, interviewed University of Idaho graduate, blank, 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 blank. She graduated in May. Her name was still on the lease. She planned on returning to Moscow for work. Blank boyfriend, blank, blank, was living there as well. She would visit often. The last time she visited was Halloween weekend. Madison Mogen was her best friend. Xana Kernodle and her were in the same sorority. Kaylee Gonsalves was Mogen's childhood best friend. I'm wondering if this is not. Oh, nope, nope, it's not. I was going to say Ashlyn, but we did that yesterday. She said she never hung out with Ethan Chapin. The last time we spoke to Mogen she spoke to Mogen was a week prior to the incident. It could be again via text. I asked, hold on, Willie, I'm going to mute you for a minute because your mic is clicking all over the place.
Oh, it's my bad.
It's okay, dude. It's not your fault.
My bad, bro.
It's all right. Said no. Blank asked Mogen how the house was doing. Mogen said the house and the roommates were great. They had a good system in place. Blank blank was Mogen's boyfriend. That would be Jake Shriver. They had been dating for approximately 2 years. The relationship was good and never had any arguments. She never observed any arguments between them. Sergeant Hoxie asked what room she lived in when she stayed there for school. Blank said her room was upstairs on the left and Mogen's room was on the right. Over the summer, she still had some belongings there because she planned on going back. Towards the end of July, Gonsalves texted Blank and asked if she could move into her room. Blank told her yes because she had decided not to go back to the house and stayed in Boise. And this is Ashlyn. That's why Ashlyn's name was still on the lease when that happened, because she had at one point was planning on going back but just never did. Welcome, Heather Black. Good to see you. No, we're not there yet, Heather, but we're coming up on it. Feminem's in the house. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. I asked if she knew all the tenants who currently resided in the house. Blank said along with the 3 involved, blank and blank blank lived in Reno, Nevada. That would be Bethany Funk. Blank kept in contact with her regularly. She met Mogen in 19 and had been friends with her since. She said Mogen was the most anti-conflict person she ever met. Blank told her the Friday before the incident, the girls had a blank sorority formal. The formal was kept intimate. They only had people they knew at the formal, and it did not get out of hand. Blank described the house she lived in as an open door policy, meaning people were constantly going in and out of the house. She was always scared of something like that happening. She would triple check the lock on her bedroom door because she didn't feel safe. Mogen would leave her bedroom door unlocked most of the time, as well as her window. There were times she would hear footsteps in the house and would blow it off, thinking somebody just had a friend over. Sergeant Hoxie asked while she was living there if there were any break-ins or if she'd heard of a stalker. There would be times that she would wake up and would see the sliding glass door was unlocked. She thought it might have been from someone forgetting to lock the door after having people over the night before. I asked about other times the glass door was found unlocked and opened. Blank told her a while back they had gone out. When they got back, they noticed the sliding glass door was open. The girls were usually pretty good at making sure the doors were locked. Most people would use the front door. Only their close friends would use the sliding glass door in the kitchen. She had 3 different run-ins with a white male who she described as approximately 5'5", fit build, slick back hair, clean shaved, possibly mid-20s. Well, that we know that ain't Brian then. The first time was at the corner club. He approached her and called her by name, Blank. Did not know him. He told her he had come back and changed his major a little while after that incident. During Parents' Weekend, Ashlyn saw the same guy at a restaurant called Nectar. He was sitting at the bar with his back to her. As she was leaving, he turned and stared at her as she left. She told her boyfriend about the weird guy, and she kept seeing. The third time was walking down the street in town. The male was with a group of guys across the street. He turned and stared at her as she walked by. She told her boyfriend about the guy. Her boyfriend was going to go talk to the guy, but she did not let him. She never figured out who the guy was, but did remember what he looked like. Interesting. Sergeant Hoxie asked Ashlyn if Gonsalves ever talked about a stalker. Ashlyn told her about a time. Kaylee told her about a time at Winco. We all know that story with the guy that likes to morph, like Mama Bear said, or whatever you call that. Did she drop off? Nope, she's up there.
Teleport. He teleports.
Teleports. That's it. Yeah. Willie dropped off. That's what happened. Okay. If he pops in here, Bear, and I'm up here, can you pull him back up? If I don't see him, thank you. Hoxie asked if she had heard about how the girls' day had gone. She heard about the day's activities from Blank and through Snapchat. Blank said that they had a really good day and had fun. It sounded like they started at their house and went to the white apartments. She believed at some point Kernodle and her boyfriend, Ethan, and Blank went back to the house because they weren't 21 years old. Mogan and Gonsalves then went to the corner club. Blank told her the last text he got from Mogan was she just woke up from a nap and was going to the corner club. I asked Blank if Blank had mentioned what she thought happened. It was game day, so everyone had been drinking. Blank told her that she wasn't sure when Kernodle and Chapin got home. Hold on. Sorry, guys. What the heck was I saying? Where was I? I hate when I do that. I do that all the time. I'd mentioned what? Oh, told her the last text he got. I asked Blank if she had mentioned what she thought had happened. It was game day, so everyone had been drinking. Blank told her that she wasn't sure when Kernodle and Chapin got home. Kernodle was with Blank, and they were home before Mogan and Gonsalves got back. Blank told her she went upstairs and ate grub truck with Mogan and Gonsalves. She went back downstairs to go to bed. I asked Blank if Blank mentioned seeing anybody else in the house or anybody came home with Mogan and Gonsalves. She said no. It sounded like it was just the 3 of them eating grub truck. Blank told Blank she woke up around 4 a.m. to music playing. See, that's been stated more than once now. Okay. She hoped Gonsalves would turn it off soon. Blank had said she could hear Gonsalves and their dog Murphy play upstairs. Shortly after that, Blank told Blank the music turned off and heard Gonsalves say, "I think someone's here." Blank told Blank she heard someone run upstairs and run back down. Blank said she peeked out of her room and did not see anything, but could vaguely hear someone in the bathroom. She called Blank, and Blank told her to come down to her room. After a few minutes, Blank told her she opened her bedroom door and saw a person standing out there, and they made eye contact. Blank said that he then walked out of the sliding glass door. Sergeant Hoxie asked if Blank had described this person to her. Blank told her she felt hazy and didn't remember many details. Blank told her she thought the person was about her height and had his face and forehead covered. Blank said she ran to Bethany's room and locked the door. Sergeant Hoxie asked why she thought someone would want to harm their friends, and she thought it was someone who was watching. She was always afraid of that. She always had an uneasy, weird feeling at the house. which is one of the reasons why she didn't want to go back. She felt the house was easy to get into and easy to watch. Because they didn't have any blinds over the windows and layout of the house, Blank had told Blank the sliding glass door was broken at one point. If the door was jiggled just right, the door would unlock. If the front door was locked, you had to enter the code on the keypad. But if the deadbolt wasn't locked, the door could be opened. I asked Blank if there was anybody else we should talk to. We should talk to blank blank. The interview was concluded. Where'd you go, Willie? Okay, welcome, Chris. Good to see you. So there's music playing now. That I don't know. That's twice I've heard that. That's still new though.
Yeah.
Yes, there is, Aurora. One of the mods can help you with that if you're interested. Leah called me. Sorry, man. Oh, it's okay. No worries, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, Eddie, if you're in it, if you're interested, you're welcome to jump up. But if not, I understand completely. So basically, neither door had a real lock. That's a good point, SRB. Very good point. No, this is Ashlyn Couch, the girl that was supposed to live there, Willie. Sorry. She lived there once before and was supposed to move back in, and she never did. That's why her name was still on the lease. Oh, Miss JC's going to join us today, I think. Hello, Miss JC. How are you today?
Hello, Dago. Can you hear me?
I can, Miss JC. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I just got here a few minutes ago, but I'm listening to you read this.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, I'm probably so far behind because I haven't, been listening for a few days or whatever.
That's okay.
But I mean, I know these supplemental docs are out.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
As always.
Hopefully I have an answer for you.
Do you think that the person or persons that did this, do you think that they knew that about the sliding glass door or about the front door, that like if you jiggled it enough it would come unlocked? Like,
I'm starting to think that the people that did this knew this house and these people very well.
I'm starting, because from the way it sounds, they knew this house inside and out.
Yeah, and it's not.
And I've just been listening to you for 5 minutes.
Right. I truly feel like these people were close to these people. They knew these people. Oh, hold on a minute. Meg, I'm sorry. 1 second. What were you saying, Meg? Oh, you mean about what you sent me? That's okay. No problem. I completely understand if that's what you were saying. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, this was a personal situation. I agree. And I do feel like, and I'm sticking with it. She said it in the beginning. Good morning, Miss Molly. Good golly, it's great to see you. Yeah, so Willie, enjoy your time with your daughter, bro.
Oh yes, Willie.
100%, buddy. So, Christy said in the beginning, like I think one of the first interviews, that she thought that this was somebody Kaylee knew. I absolutely do agree. Welcome, Carolyn.
Dago, this gets more and more disturbing as we go.
Oh, yes, it does. And there's more and more questions, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we read something, we ask, why did this happen? Why did they allow for this? Why didn't this happen? Who did this? And why did they do that? And things like that. So, yes, absolutely. I do agree. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Yeah. And also, like, do you... I'm just asking this in general. Like, do you think it's possible that a female did it?
I think it's possible a female was involved in doing
Involved?
it.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Yes, I do. I absolutely have no doubt. Listen, we talked about that before, okay? There is no way that you're going to tell me that a woman couldn't have done this. And, because first off, it is very personal, okay? I feel that's one thing, and nothing against women. You guys know I respect women to the highest absolute level I can. But when a woman is upset, angry, scorned,
they get crazy.
They will do what they need to do to exact their revenge, period. Okay. And we don't know. We don't know what was going on. That I'm telling you, and once again, God
You
love
wouldn't
you.
think you wouldn't think that college, age ladies would get that crazy though. But
Yes, I would.
but
Yes, I
but
would.
at the same time,
Listen,
I think
I used
I
to
think
party.
I think Dylan's a different breed.
Dylan is not who Dylan portrays herself to be, in my opinion. Okay,
Yeah, that's what
not
I'm saying. She's
I'm not
I
saying
think
that. I'm not saying Dylan had her hands in this. What I think is Dylan knew what was going to happen and what was going on, in my opinion. Okay.
mhm.
All right, buddy. Have a great day, bro. Um, but, okay. When like I said, I've told you guys before, I used to hang out at the Ohio State University campus with my friends
Yeah.
on the weekends. Okay, right after high school, guys, I've seen the girls go after each other and like try to kill each other over a guy, over different situations, so on and so forth. I mean, literally, they were fighting to the death.
Yeah.
I was threatening to cut each other and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing? Whoa. And guys don't even go that far. Maybe nowadays, but back then they didn't. So if things have progressed in society like they have at this point, you got to imagine what things could be like now. There's no fear of consequence anymore. There's no fear of authority anymore. Okay, with the younger generations.
Yeah,
So
kids are fearless.
and that's it. That's it right there. So take that into into thought and think about that for a minute. Yes, she did, Robert. She said she saw a black truck driving by, but then at the same time, she said she wasn't sure if that's what she saw. She said that a lot, but she sure as hell could remember what the hell happened on Vampire Diaries, though. That's what blows my mind. Welcome 300. That's JC, Mama Bear, and myself 300. Did you guys see the report where someone said Dylan wasn't drinking? Yes, I did see that. Said that she wasn't drinking that night for some odd reason.
Well, she was doing something.
If that's the case, then you should remember everything, Miss Dylan. Sorry. If that's true, that's very interesting, Meg. Welcome, Clifton. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had an amazing weekend as well. I don't know. Dylan is shady AF. In my opinion, her friend said it's odd that she would say she couldn't remember because she said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Heather. Good point. If we come to find out that that's true, folks, that she didn't drink, there's your answer.
She was doing something.
There's your answer right there. I think she was playing dumb during all of this. I think she was purposely throwing it off and twisting this and turning this. That's my opinion. Okay. I don't think she's as dumb as everybody's making her out to be. I think she's playing that off so that she doesn't have to make a statement and she can stay away from this because she's deflected this through all of her statements, which we've got many of them. She's deflected. It all goes away from her. Okay. So that's all I'm saying with that. Yes, girls absolutely can be the worst bullies. That's a great statement. They're mean. They're just mean. Okay.
They're vile.
There were a lot of statements too by folks, whether it be Reddit or other people that were making statements that some of these girls were not liked very well. Okay. We do know also, I watched a video the other day by a creator named Casper West, and he referred to the sorority as being possibly involved in this. I watched a lot of different stuff. I'm not saying I believe in it, but he did make a good point, folks, that one of the main things
that was a good one.
Yes, one of the main things we looked into is the rules in a sorority and a fraternity. The first thing it says, and it's crazy to me, the first thing it says in their list of rules is if there is a death, and I'm not going to say this word for word because I forget things all the time, but if there is a death, you do not contact the parents or law enforcement. You contact the leader or whatever the hell they call it of your president of your
president of the chapter.
Yes. What? That's the rules. Okay.
What?
And you coordinate with that person to deal with this situation. So that's the very first
rule. My God.
That's nuts to me, but that's a fact. So we do know that Dylan and Bethany were still in the sororities. Kaylee, Xana, and Maddie had left their sororities due to differences of opinions and things like that. Interesting. So I gotta wonder, the whole Maddie, what did you say to Adam? And I told Adam everything. Did it have something to do with that? Who knows? So that kind of stuff right there tells you. And that's something else Kim said too. Kim said one of her biggest things She didn't follow up with it, but one of her biggest statements was snitches get stitches. Remember that, because somebody told her that. Okay, if you're telling things, the secrets about sororities and or fraternities or things like this that you're not supposed to be putting out there, well,
you're gonna get came after.
Somebody's gonna shut you up, right? That's what I mean. So
well, I think it was her daughter that said something to her. She's like, well, why didn't they blah blah blah, or why didn't they call the cops or something? And she's like, Mom, because snitches get stitches.
Bingo. That's exactly what you said. It shouldn't be legal to have those policies. I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. The problem with this SRB is that law enforcement, governors, mayors, senators, police officers, judges, they're all involved in these fraternities and sororities.
Have we not learned from past experiences on other campuses from fraternities experiencing, from hazing situations in fraternities? Have we not learned from past experiences?
It doesn't matter. They don't care.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, and the sororities and fraternities aren't any different than the Freemasons organizations and all of that.
All of that stuff is the same thing, guys. It is.
They're cults.
Not basically, in a sense, yeah, it is. But it's been like that forever. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Decades upon decades.
Look at the kids that died in the
You still there, or did you drop out? Well, not to mention something else that was in that video, guys, is there was not just 4, but there were 8 deaths from Idaho University within a 2-year period. Skull and Bones, that's another one, Matt. Yes. 8 deaths. There was 4 other people that died under strange circumstances. We all know that Caden Young was one of them, and there was 3 others that their circumstances were weird as well from the university. They were not reported because obviously they know with what they just went through 2 years beforehand, it's going to make the news. It's going to be a big deal. So they kept it as quiet as they could. It says a lot to me. So I don't know what happened. JC, you're welcome to jump back in though. So on we go, guys. That's some crazy stuff there that very well could relate to this, folks. That's all I'm saying. And I have no qualms saying that I feel very comfortable saying that a woman could have been in here doing this just as well. Hannah Cleary's another one. They didn't even add her to that row, but that's another one. She was one of Maddie's ex-roommates that supposedly took her own life, but one of the other roommates swore up and down that's not what happened. So I don't know. Yeah, right, Meg. Papa Rogers, the faker real, said it should be the Idaho 8. Also, they said for fact it wasn't Brian Koberger. Thank you. One more thing. That came from law enforcement and prosecution that Papa Rogers was not Brian. That's a fact. So everybody that's out there saying it, shut up. Sit down and shut up. I'm going to keep saying that like I've been saying that since yesterday. Shut up. Unless you're going to tell the truth, just shut up, period. Oops, sorry. Sadly, I think a lot of kids go into college believing that Greek will be the best and safest for them. And it's absolutely horrible. A lot of them have stated that it's not the dream that they make it out to be. It's almost like joining the military. The military comes out and says, "Oh, it's the greatest thing you can do," and blah 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 until you get into it and they own you and you're miserable. Same thing with these sororities and fraternities. It's not so much with the fraternities. The guys seem to love it, but more with the sororities. It's horrible for them. Period.
I don't know if you guys haven't watched the movie Skulls.
Yes.
It's a good one to watch.
I've watched all 3 of them. I love those movies.
Me too.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So there's a lot about it and a lot of interviews they've done with a lot of these girls that were previously in sorority, so on and so forth. They've said it's horrible. It's not a good living experience. And we watched another video 2 years ago where they showed one of the sororities on campus at Idaho. They have these girls like stacked on top of each other, living in this house, charging them $600 to $700 a month for a bed. Looks like military housing, and the beds are stacked one against each other, bunk beds on top of each other in the attic to this huge house. And they're charging them that much money. I mean, it's all about money, guys. It's a racket. It's insane. They don't have their own privacy. They don't have any of this. Those are freshmen. They'll put them all the way in the top of the house in the attic. I think Atlanta did it and covered it too. And it shows that the beds are like side by side like this, and then they're stacked, and it's all across the top of this gigantic house. Okay. And they're charging each one of them, like I said, $600 or $700 a month for a bed. It's insane to me, but it's all about money and politics. Don't get me wrong. So
I do think some places are better than others, but
oh yeah, of course. But that's, I'm just saying, in Idaho, that's a situation with the sorority system.
yeah.
So, and that's one of the things that the girls didn't like why they quit was the dues and the rules, the fees that were being, the money. It's so expensive, and the things that they were getting from it was not equal to what they were paying into. It's horrible. So, and if that was what they were going to be talking about, who knows, you know? Yeah, agreed, Noni. Agreed. On we go. So I'm going to go back to somewhere, and I probably already read it, so I'm sorry. But Blank told Blank that she woke up around 4 to music playing. I did read that. So let me go down here. Sergeant Hoxie asked if Blank had described this person to her. Blank told her she felt hazy and didn't remember any details. Blank told her that she thought the person was about her height and had his face and forehead covered. Blank said that she ran to Blank's room, Bethany's room, and locked the door. I did read that too. It's all right. Oh, I already read this whole thing, so on down. Sorry about that. So that was Ashlyn Couch. That was her interview. So next up, we have 16. Sorry, you guys. Scared me. On November 18th of 22 at approximately 12:53, ISP investigators, Lieutenant Caitlin and I interviewed Blank regarding multiple homicides. We know that whole thing. She left the University of Idaho in May of 21. She belonged to Blank sorority, and Madison Mogan was her best friend. She was also friends with Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Blank, and Blank. She became close with Kernodle the year before she left University of Idaho. She had gone to Moscow and seen all of them recently for homecoming in October of 22. She knew Gonsalves through Mogan. She had met Chapin once or twice through Kernodle. She did not know Blank or Blank as well. She had only met them a few times. Welcome, I am me. Good to see you. She received a FaceTime call from Mogan the night of the homicides at approximately 1:50 a.m. Boise time. Blank was drunk at the time of the call. Wait, 1:50 a.m. Which was, that was like, what, 10 minutes after they got home. Okay. Mogan appeared to be also. The call only lasted approximately 1 minute. Blank was with Blank, and Blank. During the call at a bar in Boise, Mogan was with Gonsalves at a corner club in Moscow during the call. That's weird. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So they called somebody at the corner club?
Right, but I'm trying to get to the timeline because it says approximately 1:50 a.m. Oh, Boise time. So it was probably an hour
Different.
Is there a time change between Boise and Moscow, folks? Anybody?
Oh.
Tomboy? Just to be sure, because that would change. That would make that make sense then.
Is there really?
I think there might be.
I think there's an hour, but I'm not 100%.
Yes, an hour. Hey, Noelle, good to see you, dear. So, okay, that would make it 2:50 a.m.
Okay.
So that makes a difference. Typically, Unique's in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, SRB. All of you guys, thank you. I knew that there was a difference, but I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2. Sorry. So 2:50. We'll just say 2:50 is when that happened. Blank was drunk at the time of the call. Mogan also appeared to be. The call only lasted approximately 1 minute. Blank was with Blank and Blank during the call at a bar in Boise. Mogan was with Gonsalves at the corner club in Moscow during the call. Blank had run into Mogan's boyfriend, Jake Schreiber, at a bar called Amsterdam Lounge in Boise. Blank took a picture with Blank at the bar approximately 1:15 a.m. and blank were also in the photo. I confirmed the date and timestamp on the photo as being from the night of the homicides. She had been with blank and some of the other friends every day since the homicides. She had seen blank and others since the homicides. Monday, November 14th, blank and others had come over after they arrived back in Boise. Blank parents met her in Boise and blank went back home with them. The last social media post blank had seen with any of the victims was a picture of Mogan on Gonsalves' Snapchat story. They were at the grub truck together. She knew the person in the video at grub truck was blank. She did not know him well. Blank had a girlfriend the whole time. Blank was going to school at the University of Idaho. She knew blank's girlfriend. I think this is Jack Showalter. Blank better than him. Blank and that girlfriend are not dating anymore. Blank lived at the Brown apartments near the victims. She heard a rumor that that Showalter has anger issues. She heard another rumor that Showalter hunts, and those things, yes, we've all heard. When she was up in Moscow during homecoming, she went to the victim's house, but did not go inside. The last time she was in the victim's house was December of 21. Different girls were living in the house then. She knew where each of the victims' rooms were in the house. The room near the kitchen was blank. The room by the bathroom upstairs, but still on the main level, was Kernodle's. The room downstairs, when you first walk in, was blank. The room next to blank was vacant, but blank was paying rent. The room upstairs with the sliding glass door and balcony was Gonsalves. The tiny room upstairs with just a window to the balcony was Mogan's. Mogan is the only one who lived there for 2 years, and she stayed in that room the whole time. When she lived in Moscow, everyone used the front door to go in and out of the house. Blank and blank were called by blank and blank the next morning. Blank went upstairs and saw some of what happened at the time of the interview. Blank and blank were in Mexico. She thought blank and blank called blank and blank because they were a little worried their other roommates weren't answering. Blank thought she had heard someone in the house the night before and wasn't sure if that person was still in the house. During blank time living in Moscow, it wasn't uncommon for someone to walk into the wrong house drunk or to hear people up and moving around, in which case you might call someone you know instead of the police. Blank told blank she heard Gonsalves playing music earlier that night at approximately 4 a.m. She ended up going down to Bethany's room, because Bethany was the only one who answered. They had all been drinking all day the day before, and blank was a little freaked out that someone might be in the house. She does not believe any of the victims used drugs. Mogan and Kernodle were servers at the Mad Greek. Gonsalves was about to finish school. Since the homicides, blank and blank told blank a story about Mogan, Gonsalves, and Kernodle going to Winco. Gonsalves went in. Gonsalves felt like someone was following. We know that story, of course. This freaked Gonsalves out enough to get back in the car and lock the doors immediately. A man then tried to open the car door. This happened approximately 2 to 3 weeks prior to the interview. Since the homicides, blank and blank told blank a story of Gonsalves going outside to take Murphy to urinate. There was a man watching her from the dumpster near the house. Gonsalves called blank to see when she was going to be home. She did not know a timeline of when this event took place or what time of day this took place. The weekend prior to the homicides, Mogan had flown down to Boise, and blank and Mogan spent time together. Mogan never mentioned anything about this. She was told she believed by Gonsalves' sister, Gonsalves blank woke up the morning after the homicides with 16 missed calls from Gonsalves. And Mogan, that would be Jack Decor, which occurred at approximately 3 a.m. Gonsalves had called approximately 10 times, and Mogan had called approximately 6 times. There were also text messages sent to blank saying things like, "Bro, what the fuck? Wake up." Gonsalves was known for calling a lot of times consecutively when she wanted to contact someone. Neither Gonsalves nor Mogan would call blank instead of the police for help. And Gonsalves had dated, I'm sorry. And Gonsalves had dated previously. They were currently broken up, but good friends. And blank, she is frustrated by the rumors and random accusations on social media. The interview ended at approximately 1:27. I would love to see if at some point, because I've been writing these numbers down, these tag numbers, okay? If we are able to get these interviews, the audio or video or whatever it is. Okay, JC, thanks, hon. All right. I'm not quite sure who that one was, but they were obviously close. Mama Bear, can you hold this up for me for just a second? I'll be right back. Gotta go grab something, please, and thank you.
Yes.
I am me.
Hi, guys.
Huge game of telephone. Everyone talk to you. Oh, yeah, I agree. I am me. Welcome, Pappy. Good to see you, bro. Share, welcome, and I'll be right back.
Hey, I thought you were leaving. Hi, Pappy Man. Long time no see. For me, anyway. This is really hard on my phone. I don't know how Willie does this. It's really hard, in my opinion.
Boo. Yeah, your audio is a little bit low, Bear. I was going to tell you that too. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let me turn you up. Hold on. No, unmute for a minute, please.
Hello?
All right, that's a little bit better there. What's up, Eddie? Thank you
Good
for
to
joining.
see you again. Hello,
You
Mama
too,
Bear. Dago, on line number 12 on that previous report, could you take a look at that again?
I can. Hold on here. Blank told blank she heard Gonsalves playing music earlier that night at approximately 4 a.m. period. She ended up going down to blank's room, Bethany's room, because Bethany was the only one who answered. They had all been drinking all day.
Okay, that's plenty. Okay. So let's try to figure out who blank told blank. Do we know who is giving this statement?
Not as of yet. No, I couldn't figure that one out. It's somebody that they were close friends with based on what it says in here. So blank told blank that she heard Gonsalves. I'm going to guess Dylan.
Yes.
Dylan told blank that she heard Gonsalves playing music. Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Because Dylan, when she was being interviewed by Nunez.
Yes.
Right? This must have been like right after the police arrived, so it's in the parking lot.
Right.
Dylan said that Kaylee was in that second floor bedroom, which is Xana's bedroom.
That's right.
I know yesterday you kind of were getting down on Dylan. But hear me out. At a minimum, you have to say at least it's a collaboration between Dylan and law enforcement.
Oh, no, I agree with you, Eddie. I know where you're going with that. Yes.
And if someone can see that it's at least a collab, then you have to say, well, on whose part? Who has the strength and the leverage? Is Dylan manipulating the state or vice versa, right?
And that's something let me reiterate that in case I didn't say that enough yesterday, because I probably should have, because we've talked about it before, that yes, we all agree that Dylan is very possibly not giving everything the way it should be, but at the same time, folks, we got to go back to, like I said, and Eddie said this again and again, where does this start from? Okay, who is the one that is in charge of all of this? Okay, so the manipulation and the, in a sense, whatever Dylan is taking or saying, they're taking even that and just twisting it even more to fit into their narrative, to keep it going the direction they need it to. So understand, and that's what I think he's saying, folks. And we said this the other day too. She's not doing all this on her own. Okay. She may be turning things or changing things or not giving things the right way, but they're definitely doing a lot more than that with what they're putting out in these reports. Please understand that. Welcome, Poetic Justice. I love your name. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, that could be Emily. That's a good point, Robert.
Because we all know, I mean, has the prosecution ever once, have you ever discovered that they have been dishonest? At least once.
The state?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, dude. You know better than that.
Yeah, it is too many to count. There is a history of destruction of evidence. There's a history of manipulation of evidence. Now, we have to be careful about what we believe in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, through your own personal experience, everyone knows this. It's a general rule. The first thing that someone says is usually the truth.
Right.
Dylan said that Kaylee was in that second floor bedroom and they needed her to fix that. That is the truth.
And they even said, Eddie, that's a good point. In the thing, it was, in the document, the report that they talked to her, she said, okay, quote unquote, after learning more information, she then changed that to say that it was Xana. So what that means, folks, in layman's terms, is that after being told, no, that was Xana. Remember that. That was Xana. That was Xana. That wasn't Kaylee. That was Xana. Okay. That's how that went, in my opinion. Okay.
Yeah. She also told Mitch Nunez that it was Xana and Maddie in the third floor bedroom.
Right.
She said that. That is the truth. You can bank on it. Now, to what purpose? Because if we ever see crime photos showing this, of course, it's going to show what the story is and what you've been led to believe this entire time. So what is the point of you believing what Dylan said? I don't know. You have to figure out what the takeaway of that would be for your own self.
Right.
Because again, in the end, that's the version of the story that if it went to trial, that Ann Taylor would have had to make like she believed and just roll with it, even though it's not the truth.
Of course.
The state has all the, air quotes here, the facts of the case. Right. I'm telling you, it's a fact of this case that Kaylee was in that second floor bedroom, and Dylan is not misremembering it. She's not supposing it. She heard Kaylee go in that second floor bedroom, and then there was commotion. Figure out in your mind what that could mean. What commotion, right?
Right.
What disturbance was she hearing? It can only be one thing. Kaylee never made it out of that bedroom. They never tested to see if there was multiple people's blood on that bed. They destroyed those mattresses and never tested them.
Right. I guarantee
that evidence would have shown that there was at least Kaylee's blood on it, and there might have been two people's blood on it. Who knows? It might have been Xana and Kaylee's. I can't figure out, if they swapped those two, but notice how, the awkward position Kaylee's body was found in, like back up against the wall and kind of sitting upright. That's just not natural for the types of wounds that she had. To me, it's more like she was placed there. I know you're wrong, that's a long shot. It's like I said yesterday, You know, I might be on to something or I might be on something, but I'm telling you that this is it. You got to figure out who you're going to believe in this case. Are you going to continue to believe the state, who has never once been honest with you?
Right.
And it's hard to get this out of your mindset, because that is what you've believed now for almost 3 years. That is your truth. That they have suggested this to you and you have built that.
Right. Right. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Rach just made that point, Eddie. Welcome, Legendary. Good to see you, my friend. Always glad to have you here. Yes, and she heard Kaylee come back down the stairs and heard her crying in the bathroom on the second floor. That makes sense. It makes sense.
And I asked myself, so now that I know this, what's the point? Why? I guess the point is why would they not want us to know that? And I'm trying to figure that out. And you can do your own brainstorming and try to figure that out. It's do you believe that they slept together? Maddie and Kaylee always slept in the same bed together. Do you believe that? You know, if that is, that's what we've been told.
Right.
And
right.
We have also been told that they were all likely sleeping when this happened. And you know that's not true.
We know that's not true. Right. Welcome, Paula. Good to see you as well. No, 100% we know that's true. And they keep pushing that narrative that, they were sleeping. They were killed in their sleep. They died in their sleep. They were asleep and they were attacked. They weren't, though. They weren't, folks. They weren't. Okay? Maybe two of them could have been, but I don't think that they were. Hey, Core, good to see you as well. So, yeah, agreed.
With the fire. Oh, I'm sorry, Dago. I can hold my thought.
No. Go ahead with what you're saying.
With the firearm, we know there's a firearm. We can't prove it, but there was likely a bullet that was removed from somewhere in that crime scene,
or
and
somebody,
a hole in drywall, or somebody.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, and listen.
Yeah, that would explain the tears, wouldn't it?
That's what I was gonna get to. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. And I'm not trying to be gross. Trigger warning. I'm just telling you up front, but it is very, very plausible that somebody was shot and they took the bullet out. Okay, there was a knife. We know that there was at least a knife of sorts, and these people that did this were not stupid. They're smart. Okay, and they know that if you leave a bullet there, it's going to lead to something else. They need to remove those things, period. So yes, I will not put it past the situation that somebody was shot and they removed the bullet, and that would explain the types of wounds that were explained, okay, and the injuries. I'm just saying.
They need these witnesses to alter their statements. So I don't know how they managed it, but somehow they were able to communicate to, Dylan for sure. Mm-hmm. We need this, this thing that you're kind of describing as a gun here. We need you to fit, couldn't it have also been, a more abstract thing? Couldn't it have just been a triangular shaped, whatever, whatchamacallit? Who knows what he was calling, but couldn't it have been something else than a gun? Through this type of strategy or suggestion, I think they could have somehow caused her to change the statement, because her statement is not working for their narrative. Same with Bethany. Couldn't it have been fireworks?
I mean, it could have been, but that I don't believe. I at this point truly believe there was a gun involved, based on descriptive things. And you noticed how when it's explained, then there's a statement that follows it directly after. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know if that's a factual piece of information. I'm just telling you, I think it could be this, but I don't believe that that's true. That's why these things are so confusing in Dylan's statement. She retracts these things as she's saying them at the same time, because I think she's being told that's not right. That doesn't make sense. No. It has to be this. Okay. No. This makes more sense. This is right. Isn't it? Isn't it, Dylan? That's what you saw, right? Right. That's how I'm taking this, folks, because she has every time she says something, if you remember, Eddie, Right after that, there's a statement where she'll make a statement and say, but I don't know how true that is. I could have been dreaming it. I might have been sleeping, but you weren't. You remembered what went on in Vampire Diaries. I'm going to keep going back to that for a reason, folks. But you're retracting these statements. I feel like that's done on purpose. Okay. We don't even know that she did it. That could just be what they wrote to make sure that it didn't jump off of that narrative. That's all I'm saying.
So I guess my point here is not only she told Mitch Nunez, but she's also told someone else that she heard Goncalves playing music, and she ended up going down to Xana's room.
Right. And we also heard, Eddie, if you remember, that she heard Kaylee scream. Remember?
Yes.
So I'm starting to wonder, it's very possible that Kaylee was on the first floor. Okay? This is another thought I've had recently. It's very possible Kaylee may have been on that first floor in her office. She heard somebody come through the door. Okay? Or come to the door. Maybe they came in the house and went to her office door if it was shut. She screams because somebody's in the house and bolts upstairs. Okay? Maybe she was shocked at first. Okay? Maybe whatever. I'm just saying these are all absolute allegations based on a speculative theory based on what we're seeing here. Okay? And maybe that's what that whole situation was, that whole noise thing that was all confusing sounding. But again, Eddie's right. Usually the first thing that's said is the truth. Okay? Very rarely is it not. So think about that for a minute.
I mean, it's either this, we think outside the box and allow ourselves, give ourselves the liberty to imagine these possibilities that are reasonable, or you just continue buying into what you've been sold. And you're just gonna spin your wheels and go nowhere doing that. You've already been misled. And then when you can finally prove, here's the thing that's infuriating to me, is when you can finally prove, and you got them on that point, and then yesterday you had them on this other point, you continue to believe the other things that you haven't been able to definitively prove. It's kind of wishy-washy. Although you haven't been able to nail it down, you still hold that to be your belief. Yes. Even though time and again they've let you down and they manipulated you. So it's either you're going to believe the state story at this point, or you're going to believe the defense and the surviving witness.
And once again, going back to what Eddie just said with the defense, there's your reason right there that the defense did what they did, because they knew that they were never going to be allowed to put this out. Okay. They knew that it wasn't going to be allowed to be put out in trial. They had nowhere to go. They ran into a wall. This was the only option they had to do this with Brian, in my opinion. That's why right there.
So to summarize, yeah, they've lied to me, for the umpteenth time, but yet I still believe them on the point that Brian did this.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't have the proof that he didn't do it.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
How ridiculous.
Beyond ridiculous. And yes, Noelle, I've said that before. I've been thinking for I don't know how long, Mama Bear, has it been now that I've said that I believe that Xana and Ethan were probably, or at least Xana, were probably the primary targets at this point, in my opinion, per se. So yeah, that's something I've thought for a long time. So it could be, or there's multiple options in that with that whole situation, in my opinion. Just saying, very, very on point there, Noelle. Guys, excuse me one quick second. I'll be right back.
We also have to remind ourselves too that all this stuff that we're looking at, this is not even really, it doesn't even qualify as discovery. These reports are just summarizing a portion of the statements that were made. It's paraphrasing others' wording. It's omitting what they choose to omit and including what they choose to include. It is a manipulation. Yeah, to some degree, there's no doubt there's some truths in here. Can't argue that. It would match up with the transcript, if there is, of their statement. There's no doubt. But like Ann Taylor said, it's probably watered down. The part that you're reading here is watered down, and it's causing you to think and have a certain takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Definitely watered down. No
But if
doubt.
you're considering this as discovery, not at all.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Very interesting. All right. You hanging out with us up here then, Eddie? I hope.
Sure.
Okay, good. Because I like that way we can stop when we need to and discuss certain things. So, next up, we are number 17. Okay. On November 18th at approximately 3:01, Detective Sergeant Beckner and I interviewed blank regarding multiple that's the same thing. She lived at blank Avenue in Moscow, Idaho. Her residence was in front of Madison Mogen's house. She was no longer in a sorority, but she lived with some of the blank sorority members. She knew Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Anna Kernodle, and she had met Ethan Chapin, but did not know him well. She was closest with Mogen. She lived with blank and blank. Previously, she went to Mogen and Gonsalves' residence often and was with them often. She did not go out during the day on game day, Saturday, November 12th. She did not attend the daytime party, but she saw them at a bar that night. She went to the corner club with her friend, blank. And she found Mogen and Gonsalves while she was there. She spent most of her time at the corner club, and she found Mogen and Gonsalves while she was there. I'm sorry, I read that again. With Mogen and Gonsalves. She was supposed to go home with them, but she had a weird feeling. So she got a ride home with a freshman Greek life designated driver. She left at approximately 1:15. See, this statement here in itself, okay? She was supposed to go home with them, but she had a weird feeling. This takes me back to, like I said, that this was something that was known by people before it happened, that was building up to happening, okay? There was something that was going on that night around this area that everybody seems to have known something wasn't right, okay? There were things that were being said, in my opinion, or there were other people around, and that would give this, she had a weird feeling. People just don't get these feelings out of nowhere, folks, okay? So, again, interesting. Right, just like KP, right. Just like the Amazon doc, same thing. Just saying. We got people talking about dreams and strange feelings and stuff like this. No, they knew something, in my opinion.
Agree. We're in the age of social media, where word travels like wildfire. There's no secrets anymore.
That's what I mean. We're talking about one person saying, well, I had dreams about this. I had dreams about that. I had a weird feeling here and a weird feeling there. You had heard or knew something, hearing it throughout the week or somewhere, that something could be happening. That's what I'm telling you. That goes back to what Kim said 2 years ago. And I've stuck with that because I feel like that is fact. People on this campus knew something was possibly going to go down, whether it was going to be this or just an interaction, a shakedown, whatever confrontation. They knew something was going to happen. Okay. So I'm not taking that I had a bad feeling, a weird feeling, a dream, whatever stuff. They knew something. That's all I'm saying. There was a weird man at the bar. He was pushing her at the bar. Wait, sorry. There was a weird man at the bar. He was pushing her at the bar. Mogen introduced her to the man. The man was following Mogen, blank, and Gonsalves around the bar. Mogen told blank that she had classes with the man. The man kept grabbing girls' butts, and he grabbed blank's stomach. He spat at them and others, and blank was told the man was kicked. Oh, so that's Cole Berenberg, okay? And I don't understand why he wasn't looked into more than he was. Or maybe I do, okay? Because his DNA was one of the DNAs that was found under Maddie's fingernails. Not saying that was because she scratched him up, but that could have been the interaction at the bar. But Still, what's up, AR? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. There's a link pinned at the top of the chat, buddy, if you're interested in joining us. Anyway, so Cole Berenberg, in my opinion, is somebody that definitely should be looked into a little deeper, just as much as Jack Showalter, okay? Just going to put that out there and let it go. Jessica Volk, welcome. Good to see you. When she got home, she went to her friend's apartment, also in the blank, which was directly across from Mogan's residence. She did not hear or see Mogan or Gonsalves come home, but she knew that they went and got food at the grub truck after they left the corner club. She saw Gonsalves post on Snapchat with Mogan at the grub truck. She went home to her apartment at 3:45 a.m. There were not a lot of people arriving home around that time, except for a few people belonging to the blank fraternity who were staying in the apartment where she was hanging out. She knew there was speculation about blank texted blank at approximately 3:04 to see what she was doing. Blank grew up with blank. She has heard about a stalker, but she heard it could have been for any of the girls in that house. She heard about a man that used to follow Gonsalves on her walks with her dogs and also had been seen around the dumpster. Mogan, Gonsalves, and Coronado did not use drugs. Well, we know that that's not true because we know for a fact that many of people have stated, and it was found in her room, that Xana and Ethan used Adderall, which I guess maybe people don't think that's a drug, but it is. She spent a lot of time at Mogan, Gonsalves, and Cornado's house. If she needed to borrow something, Mogan would text her the door code, but they would often leave their back door open so blank could just walk around the back and go in often. Usually the people who went to the victim's residence were known by other people in the group. Blank doesn't usually go to the house parties anymore, but Coronado and Chapin still attended them regularly because they were underage and could not go to the bar. She didn't think any of them had any enemies. She went to high school with blank, not in the same grade, and she knew blank through Greek life. She did not know either of them well. She knew Mogan had a boyfriend, Jake Driver. She knew Gonsalves had previous boyfriend, Jack Decor, and the current boy Gonsalves was seeing was blank. 3 names. Was really nice, and he and Gonsalves had dated for approximately 6 years. Oh, that was Jack. Okay, I'm sorry. They had that the other way. Anyway, blank left the corner club before blank. She recalled from previous years that there were people on the sex offender registry in the area. In the interview ended at approximately 3:27. It's so weird how they end these interviews sometimes.
Look at the contrast between number 10 and number 13.
Mogan, Gonsalves, and Coronado did not use drugs. She didn't think any of them had any enemies.
The contrast would be number 10 should read,
yeah,
whoever is being witnessed here stated that it's her opinion that Mogan, Gonsalves, and Colonel did not use drugs.
Exactly.
And 13, she didn't think any of that. It's number 10 is like, this is a fact. It's it cannot be disputed.
Sure.
That's upon.
It doesn't come off as an opinion. It comes off as a fact, right?
Yeah.
And then 13.
Interesting. And again, this thing is probably typed up July 2025.
Right. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Very, very good point, Eddie. Good point.
Hey, could I say during an interview, Dago does not use drugs?
Sure.
Could you say that to me? That Eddie, he does not use drugs?
Yeah, because I don't.
No, you'd say, I don't think, right?
Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you I could tell y'all right now, I don't use drugs.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. What if I was lying to you, right?
Right, that's a fact.
What if you never seen me do it? Yeah, I mean, you never see me do it, but
right.
What do I do when you're not around to see me?
Right. Bingo. SRB got it. It's an opinion. Exactly. Good point. Yeah, and you got to take that too, and you got to think about, like you said, the contrast of these statements too, and look at how they're being stated, and why. You know what I mean? Why? That's a good point. Good point, Eddie. Hold on here. Let me check something. Welcome, Aries. Good to see you. Again, AR, hope you're doing well, brother. Great to have you here. Cole made a comment about following the girls home and how he was in their house without them even knowing it. Which, I do remember that. I do remember that, cat lady. Where, I can't remember. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Anytime, brother. Let me know. I can work around anything, AR. So whenever you want to do it, you let me know. I'm down. Welcome back, JC. Thank you for joining us.
I'm back. Sorry. My roommate came home and I didn't want to.
Oh, I get it. I get it. No problem.
Dago, do you think that it's possible that Xana and Maddie were the targets?
Anything's possible. Yes. The whole house.
I just never really thought of that combo, I guess.
Yeah, it could have been. That's been put out there. That's been put out there a few different ways, but yeah, because of other situations. So yes, absolutely.
But I guess I especially think Maddie because she was the one that lived in the house the longest, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Maybe that's why the law enforcement tried to say it first, which you notice they recanted that. They tried to say that Maddie was the target, period, for the longest time. And then all of a sudden now we get that they don't know who the target was, that the house was the target, and it was chosen for what reason they don't know. That's bullshit to me. I'm sorry. They truly do. They know who the target was. Okay. They know everything about this, in my opinion. Because if they have to think about that, they have to know what is going on here, guys. There's no way that they can't after all these years and the time and effort they put into this, which is why I believe it has happened the way it has, because they do know. And because of who it probably is, that's where we're at. That's my opinion, of course, but that's how I see this.
They just don't know how to prove the links to Brian Koberger.
That's the problem. There isn't there isn't one. Okay.
Yeah.
And they
either they don't know how or there isn't one. And
I don't believe there is one. I said this yesterday. After getting so far into these and the other reports we've read, the documents we've seen, and all the other information that's put out there, at this point in this entire investigation, in this case, and the time that I spent here, the time that I spent in the middle, on the wall, whatever you want to call that, okay, at this point, I feel that Brian Koberger had absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with this situation, these people, or this entire case, period. That's where I'm at with this now. I can't see it. There's nothing that anybody has been able to show me, whether it's the state, the case, the defense, anything that Brian had any involvement in this, period. That's where I'm at with this now. So,
well, and that's just my thing is, can you imagine if you were the person or persons that did this and your name hasn't even been out there?
Right.
You are literally you're literally sitting there being like, oh my gosh, I got away with murder.
And that's exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm. But Dago, I still say this though. The fact that he pled guilty, the fact that he's not appealing, that that doesn't do him any favors.
We have a few days left to see what happens with that as far as appeal goes. And then after that, if nothing happens, I don't know what to say at that point, folks, but I still feel
he's dug himself a hole for sure.
Right. And I feel like there's got to be a reason for that. This is not anything that would happen in any other circumstance other than there being a really, really good reason for him to do something like this. Okay. It just doesn't make sense. I trust Ann Taylor that much, and people I know are going to come at me for that. That's fine. That's my opinion. You have yours, and I respect yours. We'll see. And if not, then I'll eat crow, folks. That's all there is. If there's some way that they finally do prove that Brian Koberger did this, I'll eat every bit of crow you throw at me. I don't care.
Well, but we don't have that yet. So
no, and I don't think we ever will, JC. That's the problem. I do not believe that there's a way to prove that Brian Koberger did this. I don't.
But I don't understand how people that are experts still think that he did this. I mean, I know you're not a fan of Nancy, but
no.
but she thinks that he did it. And a lot of other people think that he did it.
But Nancy's that's her job though, JC. That's the thing. Nancy and Ashley and Brian Enton, all of
That's their
them,
job.
they're
They're
supposed
mainstream
to.
media.
They have to think that or they don't get their paycheck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now we don't
But
know
like
what
even like other people though, like I mean, I don't know who off the top of my head, but like I'm like, you guys are like kind of professionals at this, and you still think that he did it when they stood up there and said that they can't put him in the house.
Well, and that's because they keep throwing out things. People like the names I just said, keep putting out misinformation and telling lies that have already been proven wrong. That's why I went off yesterday. Things that well, okay, Gilbertson said yesterday in that report from the Statesman that I read that Brian did not take trash and put it in a neighbor's can. He did not clean his car with bleach. All of these people and reporters, and if they even can call themselves reporters at this point, because they're not to me. That I'm more of a reporter than these people are. It's disgusting. And these other creators out here that are saying the same bullshit that has been told to us from the lead investigators in the prosecution. It's not true. And as I've been saying, shut up then. Just shut the fuck up and sit down. It's not true, because all you're doing is running more propaganda about something that you have no idea about, obviously. You don't know what you're saying, so you're just going to keep saying this. That makes no sense to me. It's insane to me. It's truly insane.
And my question...
Sorry.
No, keep going. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say, that's what I'm so angry about with this now, because it just doesn't stop.
And my question still remains, why Brian Koberger?
I think that's what we all want to know. Why and how?
I mean...
I think at this point, I'm starting to think that Brian Koberger very possibly might have been onto something, okay? He may have seen or found something, maybe by accident, within his part, doing his, for his studies, with what he does, because Brian seemed to be a very... he always asks questions, if you noticed, in his police stops, during his interviews, this and that. He always asks questions relating to criminal justice stuff, okay?
Yeah, he really, like when he was at the traffic stop at the school, I think, because didn't the female officer pull him over at the school or somewhere in a parking lot?
It looked like it, yeah.
Yeah, he was like really, really asking questions about like the jaywalking and the crosswalks and like all that stuff. Like he was very inquisitive.
A very inquisitive person, and he's always wanting to learn something from what I've gathered, right? So meaning if you're inquisitive, you're looking into different things, you're looking at different things, and this is a new area to him. He could have been looking at different things for his studies or for just his own personal experience and found something that he probably shouldn't have found. And at that point, that could be how he could have went to somebody with it.
Yeah.
He could have went here's for instance, again, this is all purely speculative, but when he went to have that interview with Jenke, the chief at WSU at that point, about getting that job there, maybe he brought something up. Maybe he said, "Hey, did you know about this, chief?" Trying to impress him to help him to get the job. And the chief was like, "What the hell?" And I'm not saying that Jenke's involved in the situation. All I'm saying is that if it was brought up and then the word was spread, "Hey, this kid brought this to my attention," oh boy, that could be a problem. So just saying,
I wonder if he knows something that they needed to shut him up for.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying. We'll find out. Maybe, hopefully. So on we go. So this next one, we're at 18 again. On November 18th, Idaho State Police Detective Facina, Detective Sergeant Hoxie conducted an interview with blank blank, and it was in reference to what we know. It says at approximately 1:34, the Idaho State Police Detective Facina and I conducted an interview with blank blank. The interview was in reference to, again, we know that. It was conducted at the District 3 office in Meridian. Blank reported the following during the interview. He lived at blank blank, Moscow, Idaho, while attending University of Idaho. His house was near the homicide, where the homicide occurred, I'm sorry. He also lived at blank Star, Idaho, when he was not at the university. His roommates in Moscow are blank 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 blank, blank, and blank. Jesus, lived upstairs. His house was all older members of the blank fraternity. He only knew Kaylee Gonsalves because blank dated her, meaning Jack, I guess. He met Gonsalves his freshman year when blank started dating her. So maybe not. Okay. Somebody else then. Blank and Gonsalves' relationship was good. He never saw them fight or have a disagreement. Blank never talked about his relationship with Gonsalves to him. And he did know Blank and Gonsalves had broken up because, maybe it was Jack, but that's weird because they dated for years. It wasn't their freshman year, but okay. They broke up because she got a job offer in Texas. He didn't hear until recently that one of the girls had a stalker outside of Winco. He heard this from blank blank. He did not know if the victims used drugs. On November 12th, it was game day for university. He wasn't sure when he woke up, but thought that it was around 9 or 10. He got some beer, went upstairs to his house, and started drinking. He went to the Kibbe Dome parking lot for the tailgate before the game, and was there for an hour or two before the game started. He went into the game, left the game about 5 minutes to the end because the University of Idaho was losing. He got a ride from the football game back to his house from his sober buddy. At his house, he drank some more and watched the UFC fights. After the fights, he went to the corner club. Everyone he lived with was at the corner club. He only saw Gonsalves at the corner club. Blank blank told him Madison Mogan was there as well. So that must have been when she was off talking to Adam. Approximately 1:30 a.m., he called his sober buddy to pick him up. His sober buddy got pulled over, and he didn't want to pile everyone in one car in front of the cops, so he called another sober buddy to pick him up. He blank and blank got a ride home from the second sober buddy. They got home around 1:45. He made some pizza rolls, went to bed about 15 minutes after getting home. He was intoxicated for a majority of the day and did not remember specific details. He did not have any injuries to his hands, face, or arms. End of interview. These kids drank a lot, folks. I mean, Jesus, I thought I did back in the day, but these kids are like a lot. On November 19th at approximately 15:01, Idaho State Trooper Christian Noah assisted detectives with a homicide investigation that occurred at the address that we know by canvassing the neighborhood area for security cameras on Conestoga Street, Cayuse Drive, Pinto Drive, Colt Road, and Appaloosa Road. At approximately 15:01 hours, Idaho State Patrol Detective Leslie Lehman and myself, State Trooper Kristen Noah, were requested to canvass the neighborhood area for security cameras on those roads again. Detective Lehman and I started canvassing the neighborhood at the junction of Conestoga and Appaloosa Road. We started at residential address and walked southbound on Conestoga to the intersection of Colt. We ended at residential addresses blank Conestoga. We walked westbound on Colt to the intersection of Pinto. We walked northbound on Pinto to the intersection of Cayuse. And we walked eastbound on Cayuse Drive to the intersection of Conestoga. We went back to the intersection of Colt and started eastbound on Colt Road to the intersection of Appaloosa. We walked northbound on Appaloosa, covering two residential addresses on Fort Stevens Street, and ended at residential addresses blank, which was near the starting intersection of Appaloosa. The following addresses had residents' homes and confirmed they did not have. Okay, so that's not going to help us with anything there. The following addresses did have residents and did not have observable security cameras. Again, they're all blacked out. Okay. On the 18th, again, this is Sage Collins from Homeland Security and Matt Wernstein interviewed blank blank. Let's see, November, this is a short one, it looks like. November 18th, approximately 2:17, Homeland Security Investigations Task Force Officer Sage Collins and I, Matt Wernstein, interviewed blank blank. Birth date is 2002 in regard to the homicide, of course. Kernodle was one of blank's closest friends outside her sorority, and blank knew Chapin through his fraternity. She was not very familiar with Mogan and had never met Gonsalves. Saturday before the incident was the last home football game, but there weren't a lot of people around because it was rainy. It was also in Vision, Idaho, so there was not supposed to be alcohol on campus, and there was not supposed to be a lodge party. Well, see, there you go. So it could be positively true that Dylan didn't drink that day. There's another reason right there. But she swears up and down she did, so we'll see. That's interesting to me. I never heard that before. People still did it, obviously, but just saying. There was not supposed to be a lodge party or an organized party at the blank lodge, the Moose Lodge. Blank went to the lodge party, and there weren't many people there because lodge parties are sanctioned by Fraternity Sorority Life, FSL. Blank kept a list of names of those in attendance at the party and checked vandal IDs. There are apartments around the Moose Lodge. I think it's Moose Lodge. Blank went to an apartment, possibly apartment blank, during the lodge party, and Kernodle was in the apartment. Sorry. Blank knew Kernodle at, oh no, this would be the Sigma Chi Lodge. Okay. Knew Kernodle to party pretty hard and noted that Kernodle wasn't super drunk that night. Another friend of Blank took a photo of Kernodle in the apartment playing guitar and posted it to her Snapchat story around 2 a.m. Blank took a screenshot of the post. Blank recalled later in an interview also seeing Kernodle's other roommate, Blank, at the Blank house, would be Bethany, I believe. The last Blank spoke to Kernodle at the Blank house was approximately 12:45 a.m. when everyone was leaving. Kernodle and Chapin walked away, and Blank believed that they went right home and did not go anywhere else. That's 12:45, but we know that that didn't happen. Blank got a ride home from a Blank sober bro named Blank Blank at approximately 2 a.m. That's probably or possibly David Barracoa. Blank said that Blank also picked Gonsalves and Mogan up from the grub truck. That would be Eric Gower, and can be seen on the grub truck's live Twitch feed doing so. Blank provided Blank phone as Blank went home at the Blank house and was hanging out with some friends. The group went to the Blank Stigma or something pie house next door until approximately 4 a.m. before returning home and going to bed. Blank woke up at approximately 11 a.m. on Sunday to go study at the Blank house. Blank said Kernodle and Chapin were not big drug people and said that she had not seen them use Blank. Suspected that someone would have been going after Gonsalves or Mogan and ran into Kernodle and Chapin. Wait a second. Hold on. Back up. Blank said Kernodle and Chapin were not big drug people and said that she had not seen them use Blank. She stated that Kernodle Blank. Number 9 says Blank suspected someone would have been going after Gonsalves or Mogan and ran into Kernodle and Chapin. Kernodle was one of the most popular girls in Greek Row, and everyone knew and liked her. Blank had heard Gonsalves had a stalker, but did not know the validity of that rumor. Blank thought the Twitch broadcast didn't sit well with her. She said Gonsalves and Mogan look really uncomfortable in that video. There's a male subject behind them that looked really nervous, but Blank did not know who the male was. Blank said that Kernodle's friend Blank may know even more about possible drama or conflict involving any of the victims. Blank said that Blank may be a primary source of Blank on U of I campus and dated Kernodle at some point. Blank had also been kicked out of Blank. It was not actually attending the U of I. Oh, that's interesting. The interview was conducted at 3 p.m. For complete details from Blank, statement, review notes, and audio recording of this interview. On November 19th, I received a text message from Blank. She told me that a man by the name of Blank had been stabbed in October in Kuskia, Idaho. No one was arrested for the stabbing, and she made a note of Kuskia's proximity to Moscow. That's interesting. Another stabbing. Hold on, let me write this area down. Kuskia. I don't know I hope I'm saying that right. Okay. There we go. That's an interesting situation. That statement back there, though, where she said, well, one, the Twitch video, she said they looked uncomfortable. That's interesting. But before that, she said that she says blank suspected someone would have been going after Gonsalves or Mogan. You never like played out like why, or if you did, they didn't put it in the report. Because if I was a police officer, and I'm sure you guys can agree with this, if you're a police officer giving an interview and somebody says, I suspect that there's somebody going after Kaylee or Maddie, you're not going to say why? Why is it
You'd pursue that.
right? Follow up. That's not in here for a reason, folks. That's important, I think, too. So interesting. Very interesting. God, this pisses me off because we're getting things, but we're still not getting what we need. On November 18th at approximately 5:24, Homeland Security Investigations Task Force Officer Sage Collins again, Matt Worsting interviewed blank, date of birth of 2000 and homicide again. Blank knew Gonsalves and Mogan fairly well through school and Greek life. Blank went to the Corner Club at approximately 9 p.m. on Saturday, the 12th, where he hung out with a group of friends for a few hours. He listed multiple blanks. Gonsalves and Mogan left the Corner Club approximately an hour before Blank left. Blank left with blank and blank at approximately 2 a.m. and went to blank and blank house on King Street. Blank stayed the night at their house. Blank did not notice anything suspicious. He went to sleep around 3 a.m., woke up around 11. While at the Corner Club, there was a male suspect with shorter hair wearing a dark shirt and U of I cap, and later put on a white and black plaid flannel. He was being excessive and was paying a lot of attention to Blank, but not necessarily to Gonsalves or Mogan. Blank roommate, blank, was blank that night and kicked the male subject out. That would be Cole Berenberg again. Blank was unsure of who else was blank that night. He said blank and blank also blank and were most likely working on a game night. Blank was blank roommate for one semester at one point. Blank had heard one of the roommates blank had a stalker, but did not believe Gonsalves or Mogan had a stalker. So now that's somebody else having a stalker that they've heard. Blank mentioned an Uber driver named probably Eric Gower. Blank is known to give sorority girls rides home from the bars. Girls in particular. The girls contact Gower on his personal phone and pay him through Venmo and not through the Uber app. Blank had given blank and blank a ride home that night, and blank paid through Venmo. There's a lot of people that keep referring back to Gower with certain things, and the fact that Gower's wife and child were out of town and all this, I'm blanked out too. I get it. A lot of blank. So once again, the interview was conducted at 5:41. Okay, so this one reads up to. Oh, this is
Dago.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that David needs to be more looked into?
David
Baracoa or whatever his name is.
I think they both do. Yes, both okay. David. He was out driving around that night till I can't remember what time he said. Maybe 4 a.m. Being a sober bro. Of course I did.
Because didn't he say that he went by the house in the Dateline video? Didn't he say that he was around the house and it was eerily quiet?
Yes, he did. He was driving around that house all night. So yeah.
What was he doing?
He was the sober bro that night, picking up people that were drunk, dropping them off at home.
Okay.
But still.
I mean, still. Yeah, but still.
Okay, that's what he says he was doing. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it's coming off to look like, SRB. That it seems like he was married, had a kid, but was giving them his personal number. They were paying him personally through Venmo. I wonder if Uber knew that. And it's like he wants to just hang out with these sorority girls. It's kind of a creepy move. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. So,
and that was Eric?
Eric Gower, yeah.
How old is he?
30. I think it was 30 or 31 or something like that.
He's
in
older.
his 30s.
Yeah, he's older than the girls, or older than a normal college person.
Maybe 32. Maybe 32, I think. When we did, yeah, definitely. And there's something just off about him a little bit. That's all.
And he was never looked completely into?
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't really got. They said they cleared him, this, that, and everything else, but I don't know the full story on that because we're only getting what we're getting. So
yeah,
I will pull that up here shortly, and we'll go over that Transformer. Like your name, by the way. Meg sent me the other stuff on that, so I can go through it and read it based on what she sent. Is it true that Gower is now getting a divorce? I don't know, Cat Lady, but I would. If I was his wife, I'd divorce him after reading some of the stuff that's been in here about him. Just say that much. Yeah, he definitely liked the younger crowd. He complained about being a dad and this and that and everything else to some of these people. So something wasn't right with him. He was unhappy in some sense, I guess. Welcome, Michelle. Don't ever apologize for being late, please. Great to have you here. I don't believe everything she said. Some of her stories changed. I believe her first version, but time went on. So gotcha, Aries. Welcome, Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Chris, good to see you. Yeah, it was on Reddit that was stated. Pups a lot. Welcome. Yeah, he's definitely a weird situation here, guys. I'll say that much. I don't know if somebody actually saw that there were divorce papers filed. I think it's a lot of it is maybe an assumption based on things that were said here. We don't know yet for sure, but if it's found and I find it, I will definitely show it to you. I definitely think he needs to be looked at a little harder than he probably was. Just because he was friends with them and they all liked him doesn't mean that he was not a creeper. That's all I'm saying. You are absolutely welcome, Transformer. Yeah, there's not been a word said about David Loach in any of these. That is a good point, KP. And I definitely feel like he should have been brought up because he was brought up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree with that one. Okay. Sorry. On November 28th of 22, I approximately 3:14, I took digital photographs of the victims' vehicles located at King Road. All the vehicles were unlocked except for the red Jeep. Wearing nitrile gloves, I breached the evidence tape seal on the front door of the residence, retrieved the keys to the Jeep, which were sitting on the stairs, and unlocked the Jeep. Once complete, I returned the Jeep keys to the residence and resealed the front door with evidence tape marked with my name and a date. Copies of the photographs were provided to the FBI and to be used to determine what any methods could be employed to download data from the vehicles on board, computer hardware, and or software. The photographs were subsequently downloaded onto a compact disc and entered into evidence. Okay. November 30th, Idaho State Police Detective Raleigh and J. Millar interviewed blank blank. Date of birth is 2002. At the Idaho State District Office 3. Okay. Blank stated that she was friends with Xana Kernodle for 2.5 years and more recently with Ethan Chapin since he began dating Kernodle. Blank stated that Kernodle would have a gathering every weekend or every other weekend and that she would regularly attend blank. Stated that she knew who the other people in the house or the people who would usually attend the gatherings. Blank stated that on November 3rd, she had gone over to Kernodle's apartment located at 1122 King Road in Moscow around 1 p.m. And was there for about 15 minutes. Blank stated everyone then left and went to another apartment commonly referred to as the Blank for a pre-game party. Blank stated her friends and Kernodle then went to another friend's house named Blank Blank. And her friends then attended the football game and Kernodle decided not to go. Following the game, Blank called Kernodle at approximately 7 p.m. and Kernodle stated that she and her roommates were at their apartment taking a nap and would decide later if they were going to go back out. Blank stated when Kernodle would have get-togethers, she would usually invite men from the Blank and the Blank fraternity house and girls from the Blank and Pi Blank sorority. Blank stated her friend group would also be invited, stated it was usually the same people from each house that would come. Blank stated it was, Blank stated she knew Colonel occasionally blank, stated she was usually around when she would blank. Blank stated she heard rumors of Kaylee having a stalker, but only had heard about it after the murders. Blank said the back door was always kept unlocked because the front door had a code and would usually lock automatically. Blank stated she heard of other rumors that one of the roommates had taken the dog out and someone jumped out of a tree at them. Blank said she heard another rumor that the killer entered the back door and was wearing a mask. Blank stated after the football game that she went home and eventually fell asleep. Well, that's it. Okay. And we're on number 24 now. This is Detective Hugh Powell and ISP Detective Jake Schweck. They interviewed this person on November 17th. Interviewed blank and blank, providing the following. They met while they both worked together at blank approximately 5 years ago. He has been roommates with blank off and on for the past couple years, but most recently, a little less than a year. The other two roommates in the house were blank and blank and blank were a couple. He has never known blank to have a girlfriend since they have known each other, but knows of a former girlfriend named blank who he dated in high school. She now lives in Portland, Oregon. On the 12th, from approximately 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., he and blank went to Mingles after attending a dart tournament at the Moose Lodge earlier in the day. Shortly after 11, they left Mingles and went to the Corner Club. Both he and, I'm guessing, Decor, were drunk. He met with a girl named blank while at the club around 11:30 and did not see blank the rest of the night. He was unaware of who blank was talking or hanging out with at the club. On November 13th, he got home around 1:24 and went to blank room and saw that he was passed out. He was surprised to see him home so early because he normally shuts down the bar. He has known blank to get flirty and handsy with the girls when he gets drunk. He was unaware of blank being kicked out of the Corner Club earlier that night. So that's, again, got to be Cole Berenberg, I'm guessing. Sunday evening, they talked about the incident, and he remembers blank mentioning that he had a marketing class with one of the girls, Madison Mogan. And that's it. See, some of these interviews are just so short and pathetic. It's weird. I don't know. Thank you, Molly. Thank you. Another stabbing situation. Interesting. Okay.
Well, keep in mind, there was no real investigation done. So this is just like their, the work product. Like, yeah, we did an investigation. Here it is.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a complete joke.
We certainly did. Take a look.
Right. So, Annie, that wasn't his wife. That was a person that came in here, which I've come to find was a very strange situation. That person told me that they knew Gower and his wife, that Gower was an older person, an older man, and that the reason why he did the rideshare stuff was because they lost a son due to a drunk driver. That's why they started doing that. But they were older, like 50s, I think, is what that person told me. And so that's when we looked into it a little bit more, and we're saying now that the Gower here is in his 30s. They have a child. His wife supposedly worked at the university as well, from my understanding, or it was either university or the court systems, one of the two. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I never got a call from Gower's wife. It was just somebody that was in our chat that knew them personally, that Gower, okay? And I think it was a whole miscommunication, or somebody was being a troll, one of the two. So, I don't know. Moving on. Now we have Sergeant Stennett and Detective Snell obtained 2 archival CDs and receipts associated with November 9th of 22. The purchase was conducted by Kaylee Gonsalves at blank refer to incident blank. Kaylee's purchase at blank. On December 1st, Detective Snell and Detective Stennett obtained 2 archival CDs and receipts associated with the November 9th, 22 purchase conducted by Kaylee J. Gonsalves at the blank, 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 referred to incident number blah, Kaylee's purchase at blank, blank. Video footage of the purchase inside of the blank shows Kaylee or Gonsalves purchasing a fountain drink at approximately 1903 and exiting the store. The most likely vehicle Gonsalves departed in appeared to be a dark-colored mid-size SUV. The vehicle was associated with the purchase of $60 in fuel on pump 1 at approximately $18.59. The credit card used to conduct the purchase of the gas was associated to blank Gonsalves PD, and the investigation is ongoing. Okay. Okay. On November 18th, Idaho State Detective Tim Schnell was requested to utilize a small unmanned aircraft system, SUAS, to photograph the exterior of the residence and surrounding neighborhood located at 1122 with a drone in relation to the homicides. It says that we arrived at the residence at approximately 12:20 hours, met with ISP Jeff Talbot to be briefed on the locations to be photographed. They noted the temperature was 29 degrees, winds approximately 3 miles per hour, gusts up to 9 miles per hour. I used ISP issued Phantom for SUAS registration. So this is basically explaining that they used a drone to take aerial photographs.
Can you read the chat, please?
Is my microphone that bad?
No, your microphone is good as far as I can tell. I wonder which chat.
I'm looking
For.
My audio is terrible and choppy, they said. How does it sound to you two? Are you 3?
Perfect.
It sounds fine to me.
Is it better?
Not that I can tell.
Okay, now you're choppy too, so it's coming through from them, but not for us. I don't know why. Joanne says horrible.
My mic has been muted the whole time.
It's cutting in and out. It's all of the panel now. Okay, so it's something.
But you sound fine to me.
Right. It's the way. It's the way they're hearing it for some reason. Hold on, let me check my audio settings. Give me a minute. All right, how's this sound, guys? Is it any different? It could be YouTube too, but it's all right. Exactly, SRB. Does it sound any better? JC, say something real quick, please.
Hi.
Nope. Okay, I guess not. Nope. Okay, hold on a minute then. Give me a second here. Keep talking. Testing 1, 2. Still clicky. That's weird. I wonder. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let's see. Is this? Is it getting any better? Is it getting any worse? Is it staying the same? Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes, no, maybe so. Still bad. What the hell is going on here? Let me try something else. All right. How about now, everybody? Any difference? Anything? Yes, no, maybe so. You're only getting every other word. That's not good. Yes, no, nope. Okay, hold on.
That's weird that you sound fine to us, but choppy.
Yeah.
Yep. You're sounding fine to all of us on the
right. It's weird that they're hearing it that way. So, it looks like the video is lagging too. All right, let me try something. Hang hang loose, folks. I might have to bring you guys all back up, but I'm
Well,
gonna try.
Diego, I gotta jump down again though. My phone's dying. So.
All right. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna back this out and. Okay. Is that any better? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe so. Keep talk. Oh, yeah. Does it sound better? Does it sound worse? Does it sound the same? Talk more, talk more, talk more. Okay. Yes, sir.
I have a question, Daigle. The aerial drone footage that we looked at, that there was 2 of them, by the way. This would have been the first one, and the date of that was the 18th. Did we always think, for some reason, that was the 18th? That would be how many days? Like 5 days.
4 days. 4 days, yeah, roughly.
So I wonder if this
Maybe
is the second one, or I'm really confused. I really thought that the first drone footage, and I guess what I'm asking is what does everyone recall about that?
Yeah, good point. Interesting.
Because you recall that the first one, there was certainly, and then the second one, there was quite a bit of snow.
Yeah, well, because it didn't snow until that next day. So that's the thing. If anybody has a phone anywhere near their microphone, move it away from your microphone, unless you're on your phone, of course. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do then. Eddie, do me a favor, and Mama Bear, if you can hear me, drop completely out, and I will bring you both back in. They can't hear me at all. Mama Bear, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm working on it. I gotta figure out how to do it on my phone.
Oh, and then I'm gonna back all
I'm
the
afraid
way
if I
out,
hit
and then
in,
I'm gonna back
it'll
all the way
live.
completely out, and then come back in after you drop out. You want me to just remove?
Can you just kick me?
That's fine. Hang on, Eddie. I gotta back all this out. Hold on. And I'll be back. Okay. All right, we're back here. Eddie can jump back in too if you want to, bud. I don't know if this is StreamYard or if it's YouTube or what's going on, but let me know if this is any better at all.
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me, Bear? Okay. Shit.
Here, kick me off.
Okay, how about now, everybody? Anything any better? Any worse? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it caca? Is it crap? I'm not gonna sing. I promise I won't sing. It's the same, still the same. Thing, and I'll be right back, folks. Damn it. Okay, let's see what happens now. Is this any better? I hope. How's this sound now, guys? Anything better, worse, same? Can you hear me, Mama Bear, by the way?
I can. It sounds fine to me still.
We're saying no. What is going on? It's glitchy. Let me run a scan real fast, you guys. Give me a second here. Bear with it, please. That's what I'm doing right now. Nothing. I'm running a scan too to make sure there's nothing coming through that's not supposed to. Hold on. Okay. Let me see here. How do we sound now, guys? Anything different? Any better? I hope. Yes? No?
No.
Huh?
I said hello.
Hello. Is it any better? Any worse? The same?
That says good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Eddie says sounds great.
All right. Hold on. Let me pull this up then. Hold on. I just ran a scan on it and cleaned some stuff up, I guess. 1 minute. Let me get everything loaded back up. Oh, shit. The more I talk, it's doing it again. They're saying.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Hold on, I'm gonna try something else too to see if I can find something here. Just give me 1 minute. Thank you guys for your patience. I appreciate it very much. And I'm sorry. I have no idea why it's doing this at all. Mom Bear, do me a favor and talk to them. I'm going to go pull this up on my side. And I can't obviously talk while I'm running it. Can you just like talk a little bit about something real quick while I pull this up?
Sure. Hey guys, what do you want to talk about? In Stitches, I don't think it's storming over there. Clifton, I would have to look that up because I'm not sure if they're. Oh, LL just said Boise is Mountain Time, Moscow is Pacific Time. All right, Rach, be careful. So I have static as well, huh? Weird. I don't hear it. Yeah. Okay. This is so weird. And we can't hear it.
Yeah, it's definitely cutting in and out and staticky and breaking it up. It's crazy.
You're static as well. Well, whoops. Nell said it's not as bad, but still happening.
I don't know what could be doing this.
Hello, warning label. Bad enough it's hard to follow along.
Oh, I did. I left the stream completely and came back in MV twice.
Right, Matt?
No, it's still doing it then, no matter what I do, it keeps happening.
Hmm. No, we don't do swamp signals over here. No, Scott said it's happening to a lot of channels lately.
All right, I'm gonna try something else. Hang loose.
Hey, Scott. Might have to, Melissa.
Just give me 1 minute, folks. I'm running a full scan real quick just to see if it finds there's something that's causing this, maybe. Thank you again for your patience. I'll be right with you.
You're okay, Jen.
That's what I'm checking, is to see if any of my software is corrupted or having any issues. Hopefully, if that's it, then I can fix it. Welcome, Scott, Nina. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Again, thank you for your patience, Scott.
First aerial drone video was on the 18th. There's very little snow.
Very little. Mama Bear, what's that service you use for your system again?
My web route.
That's it?
That
Okay. Yeah. Have you had any problems with that?
No, and I've had it for a very long time. Chat game, name your top suspect in this case. I don't know that I could name just one.
Almost there, folks. Welcome, Dory. Welcome, Yvette. We're getting there, guys. We're at 86%. We're almost done. Neither do I, SRB. So sorry about this, you guys. I don't know what happened, why, or whatever, but hopefully this will fix the problem. Okay, hang on. Found something here. Okay, so I did find some performance issues. I'm resolving that right now, hopefully. Hold on here.
That kind of sounds personal, dude.
Shut up. Does that sound any better, everybody? Yes, no, maybe so. Please, God, I hope so.
Did you resolve your performance issues?
It said, you know what I meant, smart ass. I'm trying to get it all put together. How do we sound now, guys? Yeah, maybe. No, it's way less. I
It's
think.
way less.
Okay, it's good. Let me see. Now I have to pull all this other stuff back to 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, now, a little staticky. That's so weird. I guess, Jen. I don't know. Everybody's leaving me now. Of course. I'm sorry, guys. I had no idea. Let me bring this back up. If it'll let me. Give me a minute here. Hold on here. All right, load that in. Upload that again. Come on, load up. Taking forever. Open says me. There we go. All right, and we were on number 19 or 20, so give me a minute to scroll back down there. We're a state apart, cat lady. I'm in Ohio. She's in Indiana. We were on 25, I think. Sorry. Yeah, we were definitely down there. All right, give me a minute here. I went down too far. Way too far. Jesus. Come on, Dago. Get it together. Oh, Jesus. Now I went up too far. Come on. Work with me here. Good Lord. Okay. Also, hold on. There is your link, Eddie. You can jump back up here if you want. hopefully, and hopefully, guys, let us know if things start to go weird again, please. If it does, then I'll just have to bring it down for now. We'll go in and work on the system itself, and then, like I said, I was planning on trying to come back later anyway, but okay. I think I'm back to where I should be. I am. Good stuff. Here we go. What in God's name? $26. Bingo. Okay. All right, guys. On we go. Now that everybody left. Sorry, folks. Damn it. Nothing half-assed. Good to see you. By the way, I want to, now that you're here, nothing half-assed. It's great to have you here. I meant to mention to you, I hadn't seen you yet, but day before yesterday, or maybe yesterday, you put a post in your channel, in your oh, now Mama Bear left too. Okay, you put a post in your channel about your thoughts on something going on in this case, and I want to tell you were on point with that, and I really respect you for that. Very on point, and I respect that very much. So first off, thank you for being here, and thank you for making that post. Okay, it's popping again. God damn it. I don't know what to do. Mama Bear, can you hear me? I guess not. Sounds like it's skipping. What the hell is this doing?
I can hear you. I was just on the other side of the house.
Oh.
I was like, okay, it's good. I'm going to go over here real quick. And then you hollered at me.
No, not at all. You did. That's an amazing post. You did an amazing job with that, and I really respect that, and you as well for making that post. Okay, so it's still doing it, everybody. We're doing it again. Okay, well, then I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, end it for right now. Let's see if I can get a couple of the mods to join me in the voice chat, and I'm going to go through and see if it doesn't make sense to me. So I guess that'll do it for right now, folks. Hopefully we'll be back here shortly, a couple hours max. A couple of the mods, if you can join me in the voice chat, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry about you as well. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. And I will see you guys very soon.